as well. And then we'll check that that goes up. Yeah, I can see Twitch is up now. Hello, Dom. Hello, Hakati. Hello, Sillycat. Hello, Jer. Hello, Chonks. Was this YouTube early? YouTube didn't start early. The Twitch is the primary stream. The YouTube, YouTube, when I finish a stream, before I close the stream tab on YouTube, what should happen is that it should automatically publish just a video of the stream. That's what it should do. But if I don't do that for whatever reason, then what happens is is nothing. Until I let next go in to start the next live, and then I start the next live, and then, you know, it all just falls apart. Hello, Sugar AK, how's it going? Oh my goodness. The factory must grow. The factory must grow. Right. So the plan for tonight, boys, is we've got about 15 minutes. We've got about 15 minutes for chilling and catching up. Then we will be going into kind of like a mini podcast with Razor, Saintontas, potentially a few other people as well, talking about the current state of Enfield, like thoughts on Enfield after we've all played it for, I played it for maybe what, 30, 40 hours? I don't know. I don't like the skin until Kete to face reveal. I don't like the skin either. The thing is though, hear me out. Okay, all right. I think that we're transitioning into just chatting, by the way. I don't like the skin. I do not care for the skin. I didn't mind the OG Suna outfit. I really didn't. But the new skin, I don't like it. The problem is that I don't really know how to communicate that with the nuance that the situation kind of deserves. Because there are people who do like cutesy designs. Like my girlfriend likes cutesy designs. She saw the cutesy design and she was like, oh, she's cute. But there are also people who are being pervy about it, let's face it. And I just don't want to talk about it anymore, honestly. There's a part of me that wants to make a video about it, but I also I kind of just don't even want to. I just don't want to deal. I just don't want to deal. I don't like it. Pervy is a polite way to say it. It is, yeah, you're right, it is. But yeah, like I don't want to talk about it. Yanagi maid outfit? Okay, yeah. I mean, if they put that maid outfit on one of the women in the game, I wouldn't be upset. And I think someone was, I saw a message in my chat and I did purposely ignore it. If I'd never seen YouTube comments, I would like it. Yeah, Ram and Ra, it's absolutely fine. Like, that's fine. Like, I think some people like cutesy things and it's okay to like cutesy things. But like, it feels like the skin has been designed in a way for people to be pervy about it. And the skin has been, it's been taken by the audience in a pervy way. And I think that's just the nicest way I can say about it. Anyway, I'm going to play Enfield this month. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to play Enfield this month. I'm joking. I just, it's not for me. Hey, Blazin, how's it going? Hey, Spyro. I'm still going to play Zenless, obviously. I still love Zenless. I'd still consider myself a primary ZZZ content creator. That skin is just, it feels like it's feeding a certain part of the audience that doesn't need to be fed, you know? If everyone has the same problem and there's a feeling there's a problem, I would agree with you, except it doesn't seem like everyone has the same problem. Because I watched the live stream and the amount of crying face emojis. Yeah. Yeah. Hope you're feeling better and today's been a better day for you. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. Satisfactory Saturdays. Imagine if we just started playing factory gameplay. Imagine. On that note, want to see my factories? Wait, hang on. High GPU load. High GPU load. I actually, I haven't done this, and I kind of need to, because look at this. I need to do this one time, and then I get all of these rewards. So I think I'm just gonna run the level 60 re-crisis against Triagelos. I got very used to fighting Triagelos, so I think we'll be fine. I would come for Satisfactory streams. Nice. Based. Let's go. Satisfactories. Don't know how loud the game is. You'll have to tell me. Miyabi skin when? Beach skin? Kimono skin? Give me Miyabi, I really wanted Miyabi Christmas skin. I still want Miyabi Christmas. How loud is this? That seems okay. Is that okay? Is it too loud? Too quiet? Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Oh no. It's all over. That feels too quiet. Is it too quiet? Opinion on Sweetie's getting a skin faster than Miyabi? Sweetie deserves it. I'm gonna be real, Sweetie deserves it. As much as I love Vivian's summer outfit, I would have loved something more Halloween style. Yeah. I don't think Arya's skin is that bad though. I don't think anyone's really making a big fuss about Arya's skin. I think Arya's skin's fine, right? I'm not going to get through it in one rotation. These are not the super well-built characters. We do not have endgame gear, by the way. Our skin is goated. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it seems like it's more of just a recolor of her existing skin, which is, again, it's fine. No issues. Too bad her gameplay is the worst in the game. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. Kind of sad. That Rolex Daytona, thank you for the follow. Oh shit. I'm not used to this. I think it'll, like, Arya gameplay, it might actually feel better when you have the other idols, as in, like, both of the other idols. Thank you for streaking, everyone. Thank you, Lancelot. Thank you, Annibal. Thank you, Manro. Oh, shit, I'm not paying attention. Oh, my God, we're not even through the first phase yet. Not Prime, thank you for the sub. Hello, Uncle. Oh, my God, Not Prime. That's 13 months. 13 months of remembering to send your Prime. Holy shit, dude. All right, I need to actually look at what I'm doing. They really should have finished Idols with Daria. Yeah, but I think they wanted Suna to have like a reason for you to pull Suna. Dej. Is this now a second game that we can say you're washed in, Unk? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I am washed. Absolutely washed.
Let me see.
Was that look? As far as we're aware, as far as we're aware, I have the lowest time of any English-speaking CC in the content creator tournament. Hey, I'm just putting it out there. As far as we're aware, as far as we're aware. Kukikazi posted a video of his times, and they're slower than mine. So I feel good about that. There's still no official feedback about the results. No, nothing yet. Actually, Pog does feel better to play here. I don't know why. Are you worried the idols might sell well? What do you mean? The idols can sell well, that's fine. Look, it's okay for people to like cutesy designs. It's not for me. And I think the skin is a little bit too far, if I'm totally honest. It's over the line into pervy. How much gameplay is factory building? I mean, once you kind of build them, then you take them down and then you build them again to build different stuff. It's pretty cool. I like it. But you don't have to engage with it as much as I have. And I'll show you my factories in Wuling in a minute, boys. I might have to show it while I'm on the call. But yeah. The factories is the best part. I think if you're not in for the factories, I actually don't know if it's worthwhile playing. Because this combat, and we'll probably talk about combat later. I don't think the combat's very good, dude. Check the EDM. Oh wait, are we going? Are we yapping? Oh, I can't check DM right now. I was just checking this was up. I'll call you first. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm free when you are. I need you to try Aviwenna team. I tried Aviwenna in the beta. I liked her because you had to go around and pick stuff up. I don't know if it changed since then. I can watch the factory working for hours. But once you set the factory going, you won't... yeah, kinda, but also not really. Kinda, but also not really, if that makes sense. I'm not going to share chat. No, I'm not going to share my audio on the shared chat with Razor. But we can start the call on the group chat, Razor. By the way, boys, before I go into the call, just really quickly, just going to say that thank you all for coming and hanging out. It's been real. Like, it's fun, always. I'll thank subs and donations and stuff at the end. Unless, you know, obviously, if you ask questions and stuff, I'll try and address them on the call if it feels like it's important to bring them up. If not, then we'll talk about it all later. Okay. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is like, yeah, like I won't ignore anything that's happening in chat. Now I low-key want to download it just for factory. The factory is the best part, yeah. But I think once you reach like proper endgame loop, it's like it's over. Like there's nothing else to do.
Thank you for having me.
Hello. Yeah, no worries. Looks like we got ALG on as well. Did you guys want to do like Did you guys want to do like cams and stuff in Discord?
Yeah, I can do that. No problem.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, how do I do
my
that?
camera angle might be a bit scuffed on Discord, but it should be okay.
I'm trying to see if I can actually... Huh. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Okay, I've got to go set my thing to something else.
I can start a virtual camera, I think, and then I can share that. I think that's how I do it. I can't remember how to do it, though.
Yeah,
usually I just do like some shit where I like disable. I change the source in it to OBS to like something else. Yeah, that can be a way to get get it done. Alrighty. That's looking.
Yeah, let me just set up the camera just a sec.
Yeah.
OBS virtual camera stream.
Very good. Does this work?
I think that's just sharing. I think that's just sharing my screen, though.
There we go. I think it works for me. Might be a bit scuffed, yeah, because I usually crop out on my thing, yeah.
Oh, I mean, low key. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I got like some.
Oh, it actually blurred my back. I mean, is it a problem? I don't think it matters.
There we go. Okay. All right. We're getting it going, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting it going. We're getting the getting the technical issues out of the way.
Yeah, we're just setting up stuff. Yeah, my apologies for the Discord camera. Like, I cannot set it like I have normally, unfortunately. So it looks a bit scuffed. Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think we're
All
good.
right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So, any other people that want to like join? I already said it's like an open invite for pretty much every CC. If they want to like hop on, join the conversation. But if there's nobody else that's like trying to jump in, we're pretty much, I think, good to get started. I think we're pretty good to get started. If
I mean, what about someone like cabinets, or they're not interested?
yeah, if anyone's here, like I said
Yeah,
before,
I
it's
mean-
open invite. But I don't think I've gotten any messages or DMs.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so maybe people are just like busy right now. Maybe they weren't ready. It is what it is. It doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, we can also get our like shared viewership thing set up too. So
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
I
know how
already
to,
shared
like,
with
set that
LG.
up?
Yeah, I already
Yeah,
did.
you guys know how to set that up? I got no clue.
Yeah, Razor
yeah,
knows
I
how
can.
to. He always does it for me, and I'm like, yeah, sure,
All right,
man,
there
let's
we
do
go.
that.
I'll do it for you as well. Don't worry. I requested it to you right now. It's gonna be like a secondary window that's gonna open on Discord. And
Yeah, I'm careful.
On
Stream
Twitch,
Together only supports Chrome and Firefox. Dude, are these guys?
yeah,
Is that a Twitch thing?
yeah.
Bro, what?
Punk's figuring out technology in real time.
I'm not
Let's
doing it.
go.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not doing it then. What is wrong with them?
Yeah, give me
Yeah,
just a sec then.
I'm sorry, bro. What the fuck is that? I'm not opening up like a separate browser for that shit. What's wrong with them?
Wait, you don't use like a separate browser for streaming or something? All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just don't look up any weird shit on my.
Fair.
So like, oh yeah, I mean, it's not an issue for me.
Good.
Yeah, well, I guess some people need second browsers.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, give me just a sec. I'm trying to fix some things. Yeah. But did something crash on my end? I'm still online, right, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Okay. Just making sure. Yeah, because some things went off. Oh, okay. It's working now. Thank God. All right, perfect. Yeah. On my end, I think I'm pretty much ready. What about you two? All well? How's your evening, or actually day, for you saying?
Oh, ALG got some weird fucking setup, bro. Oh, he's been here the whole time.
What do you mean?
But I gotta mute him.
Am I muted?
I gotta mute like his stream volume. Yeah, you're like streaming your face, but I'm trying to get everybody on. Oh, okay, it works. Let me just. How do I hide you?
Punk. Figuring it out.
Like
It's
I kind of
okay.
want to. I think it's fine. It is what it is. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like you'll just be in like both places, but I think it works out. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and get this one started. We'll just have like Enfield music playing in the background on my end. I think it helps for I think it helps for my stream. Or I think it helps for my viewers, but
Yeah,
That's fine. Yeah, I have no
yeah,
idea.
we'll do that. All right. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another Endfield. Well, not really video. It's going to be a podcast, and I am joined today by two of my, quickly growing, two of my favorite CCs in the space. We got Average Luck Gamer, ALG, and we're also going to have Razor CT. And the situation is Arc Knights Enfield. We're having a bit of a conversation. We're both, or I think all three of us are players who have invested a large amount of time into the game. Just as a bit of sharing from our end, I'm level 50, probably 50 to 60, 70 plus hours in, basically done with the game, full gear, all of that. What about you guys?
I'm level 51, and hello,
Okay.
thank you for having me.
Okay, a
Oh,
little bit higher
shit.
than me. And what about you, LG?
I'm 48, but I have a
40.
I have a full-time job and a family, so I'll take that one.
Okay, well, that's actually pretty fucking impressive considering he's got all of those debuffs. So I think we're basically like getting into a bit of a, you can kind of tell where the conversation is coming from, right? this game is one that requires quite a lot of time to progress in. It requires quite a lot of time to get to where we currently are, and I think that's what makes the conversation that we're going to be having about it so impactful or really so important, right? We're the people that have done the work, come and have like different types of responsibilities, and I think as like a source of like truth and a source of what's actually going on in the game, we might be some of the best and most qualified individuals possible to share the full take. So that's the purpose of this call today. We've got quite a lot of topical areas to go with. I've got a bit of an agenda planned out, but just wanted to open the floor from our other participants just to like have either like opening words or opening thoughts before we get into more of like the official agenda.
I didn't realize there was an official agenda, but okay, I feel like I'm on a work call right now. Does it feel like a work call to anyone else? But I'm
No, I think it's quite chill. It's fine.
But yeah,
good,
no,
yeah.
I'm enjoying Enfield. I think the thing is that I really like the game, but I feel like everything keeps coming back to like there are just certain aspects of it that I just really don't vibe with, and I think we're probably mostly on the same page with that. I think the progression takes a really long time, and I think it all keeps coming back to the gacha system being a little bit cooked, honestly. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page, roughly speaking, with that stuff.
Fair take from there. Yeah, definitely the gacha's a big one. But in my opinion, and we'll get to this later, that's kind of like why I mentioned the agenda. In my opinion, the gacha is actually not the biggest issue with this game. It's when you know the other ones that are present in the end game, it actually seems like one of the smallest problems. All right, anything for you,
what end
Razor?
game?
I feel very similar to ALG. I played this game also throughout the beta, and a lot of the stuff that I was hoping that would get fixed from the beta wasn't fixed necessarily for the live version of the game, including, like you mentioned, the end game stuff. And yeah, the gacha is not good. And I have some experiences, like let's say negative experiences with this gacha system firsthand that I'll also probably share later on. But other than that, like I enjoyed the game for what it is, but it has a lot of issues and problems. And the question is whether they will be able to fix it for 1.1 patch in the future, or what's gonna happen. Like that's about it, right? We're just wait and seeing.
Do you think changes need to happen before 1.1?
Ideally, yes, but realistically, it's also kind of like a marketing push if they would do it for 1.1. You know, devs listened or whatever,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely, yeah. But I personally think the game could easily use a hot fix, especially for certain things like sanity and stuff like that, just to like retain players until 1.1. That's my personal take, because when you get to where we are, Razor, the game just slows down to a fucking... Bro, I've never felt so slow in a game before. Oh my gosh. Anyways, obviously I'm spoiling a little bit about like the discussion that's up ahead, but I think generally overall very, very agreeable takes. Didn't personally find anything that I disagree with from the summaries you guys gave. So yeah, we're all a bit aligned. However, that is going to lead people to sort of think, oh, maybe we should have had somebody that's a bit more opposed, right? Or maybe we should have had somebody that's like a bit more, I don't know, like in support of the game, but I don't know anyone that has that position. So if you do find them, let me know and we'll have them on next time.
Very well.
I can't find anybody unless they're like, you know, actively lying about the game. So yeah. So all right. So I guess the first topic that's going to be on everybody's mind, and it's one that we obviously led in with, right? I think hearing from ALG, the gacha. Just some general thoughts on it.
I was gonna let Razor go. I feel like I've already.
Oh, I mean, sure.
I know you guys are both chomping at the bit.
I can up first. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
All right. So my experience with the gacha specifically, firsthand, is I got really unlucky with the gacha. I got 3 copies of Ember. I wasn't really rerolling because I just wanted to play the game, and I decided to pull for Leviathan. I knew I would be able to reach 120 pulls within 2 weeks by playing normally the game as a CC, right? And as I was pulling, I randomly got a last right from standard banner, like an early. And you would say, wow, this is lucky, it's good. But turns out, I couldn't use Last Rite, neither build her, because I was already committed to Leviathan because the PT doesn't carry over. So I was kind of forced to, I have to commit to this, even when I got something that in some other gachas, I could just like, I stop pulling now, I chill, I play with Last Rite team. And this is not an option. So we have often many points throughout this gacha where you keep playing and you get lucky somewhere, but it's not, you don't really feel lucky when the lucky support situation happens. You feel like you get shafted one way or another. And what annoyed me a lot the most is how 120 PT that doesn't carry over resets the PT that does carry over, including the 6-star one and the 5-star as well. Both of them get reset by the thing that doesn't reset. Carry over. So it's very annoying. Like a lot of pain points throughout the experience, I would say, specifically with the gacha.
A consistent thing that I've heard is that it feels like you're punished no matter what you do. You're punished for skipping because of the expiring rebate tickets. You're punished for pulling because, well, naturally, you got to wait until you have 120. You're punished for winning early 50-50s because then you don't have enough arsenal tickets to pull weapons. You're punished for losing 50-50s because obviously you're going extra for the character. There's like it feels like there's no real winning sometimes no matter what happens.
Yeah, there's actually another extra thing as well, specifically because some people will tell you, just don't pull anything until you have exactly 120 pulls. And imagine you're like a more casual player and you just, you don't pull anything. But what do you end up playing with? You don't get that many pulls then, like besides the standard pulls, and you might not even have many options to play. And in this game, it gets much more fun when you do get the characters and the combinations with them. But if you're not pulling that much because you're holding on those 120 pulls, right? Then where's the gameplay in combat aspect at least?
I see where we're heading with that part. It's leading into the combat. I've got a special section for the combat. Let's have it right after the gacha though, because the gacha is inherently a fuel for the combat, and you're getting to that. You're getting to that.
I think for me, and I wanted to jump in on the end of that gacha conversation there because when I went through the survey recently on stream, 2 people came in to my chat and were like, "What do you mean the guarantee doesn't come over?" 2 people. Bearing in mind, one of those was like a 7-month sub in a gacha community in my community, and he didn't know that the guarantee carried over. I think it's also a knowledge problem, and I think people were going to get burned by this, and they're going to drop the game.
They didn't know that the pity didn't carry over.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, because I think you got like one of like the negatives like mixed up in there.
Just sorry, my fault. But yeah, they didn't know that the pity didn't carry over, so they didn't know that the guarantee wasn't going to carry over, and they weren't sure if they were going to get enough pulls. So, and that happened twice. While I was going through the survey and talking about the gacha extensively, apparently, because it was something that kept coming up very regularly. So yeah, I guess I feel like it's going to be a knowledge problem, but it's also going to be like, it feels anti-fun, right? Because like,
absolutely.
If you think about the way that, and I don't want to be like, oh look, he's shilling Hoyo or Kuro or whatever. Like I'm not saying these systems are perfect, but I think being able to get a temple and be like, oh, it'd be nice to get this character and be able to send that temple is fun. But like, you just can't do that in Enfield. You have to sit and wait till you get 120 pulls, or like you have to pay to top up. So it feels.
Or you
go on.
Or you do this alternative method, the release of the game. You know how many pulls you're gonna get within a certain time frame, and like pull early and like commit to getting all those pulls in time. So you do kind of like get your cake and eat it too if you do it that way.
Yeah, but that's a problem.
That basically means
as well.
you're committed then at that point.
Yeah.
You better bust them out. You better play 20+ hours a day like you need to. Not really.
Yeah, and do remember the characters as well. When you do this strategy you just said, if I get like a pogranichnik or something that's good earlier, I cannot stop and build that instead. I have to like fully commit no matter what. And sometimes
you might be the only
really
streamer
bad.
on the platform that can pronounce his name properly.
Fair. Nah, probably
I just
not.
call him Paul.
I mean,
yeah.
sure. I mean, I do speak Slovenian, so yeah.
That's why I'm saying you got the experience.
Sure.
My bad. Continue. My bad, bro. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to add.
I wanted to flex that. It was a good pronunciation.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. I just wanted to specifically mention the character situation, how it's very restrictive, and as a free-to-play, your resources are very limited. So it's not, you know, like you have to decide what to build, and you have multiple points where it's difficult, at least at the start of the game, to switch teams. And even when you could switch, the pity not carrying over, goodbye with that plan, you know.
You guys
out of the
want to
window.
talk about something in regards to like that switching? It's a
Yeah.
You're doomed either way. Unless you
Pretty much.
re-rolled for Levy, you're not using her.
No, I'm
Because
just
if you
straight skipping.
grinded for the 120 to get her, you have her right now, but you have no resources to level her or her team up. So literally, it's like you can't even build any of her teammates because she needs specialized ones. You get them for free, so it's like, you know, she needs Ardelia, Wolfguard, and the Lizard guy. You basically are guaranteed to get all three of them, right? But you need to level them up to like 60 for the gold gear that gives all the buffs. How in God's name, with the resources they're giving, are you going to get two teams to 60?
There is one thing I did, which kind of worked out for me, because I didn't get Leviathan right away. I played with Akikuri, Wolfguard, Ardelia, all built up, more or less. And then I used the Perlica level 20 for like 10 days. I didn't even build her, I didn't waste any resources. And I had to, you know, like painfully wait 10 days to get Leviathan, like with my tempo. And I knew that if I build that Perlica, I would not have resources to build Leviathan right away as a free-to-play. So kind of like, you know,
I think that just
it's a
says
scuffed
enough
way.
about the resource situation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
The
And it's
fact
not
that
fun.
you
It's not fun.
just listed out that process, we don't need to speak much more on it. You get nothing in this game. You get nothing to level up your characters with. Sanity doesn't give you anything, and sanity regenerates so slowly it feels like a bug. Yeah, that says 20 chat. That says 21 hours to generate like 180 sanity.
If you do speak about the sanity regarding the potions that you get, they do expire all. Yeah, they all at the same time. It's like if you have multiple stacks, I feel like the timer is fixed per 7 days for all of them at once. I thought originally it was like per piece, per item, but it's not.
I don't understand why they even expire in the first place. And I feel like that's just like another sort of like another part of like the anti-player design that you just see up front.
I feel like it's a carryover from original Arknights.
This feels like
yeah,
this feels like a gacha in 2010.
More like 2019 specifically. That's where Arknights
2019, late 2010s. Yeah, true. Yeah, it just feels old. It feels dated. It feels archaic. I think most people can agree on that.
Yeah, it does certainly.
Yeah, I've felt the sanity refreshing quite slowly. Is obviously it's a real pain now when we're trying to build a bunch of characters at the start of the game. But I do wonder if long term it might actually be okay-ish. Hear me out, because what if this is, you know, this is not meant to be a game that's played every day, because it takes almost 2 whole days to refresh the sanity. Am I right in saying that? I can't actually remember how long the full refresh
but you still have
takes.
to do
It's
dailies.
like a day and a half.
Yeah, but you still have to do the dailies for the gems and stuff. So
Oh yeah,
doesn't
that's true.
change
If you're
much.
not doing your dailies, you're in big trouble.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, and if you're not doing your depots, you're in big ALG. You haven't gotten into the end game grind yet. That's the problem. You haven't gotten here. You haven't gotten into like depot nodes or any of this, right? And like making sure you're doing all 3 a day.
when you have to send the deliveries. I've sent some delivery. Yeah, I mean, I'm very early on with that stuff, but yeah, I haven't been looping it.
Yeah, we're saying that ends up becoming like the only thing you do every day, and it takes like an hour, and you just kind of feel like a FedEx driver instead of actually like playing the game. And that's every day, and it takes an hour to do everything, and that's the only thing you do because the sanity's so slow. And so you do like combat every 2 days, but then you do that every day, and if you don't do that, you fall drastically behind on like your bills and like your resources. You need bills to grind gear, you need bills to upgrade gear, you need bills to do anything in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. But hearing that makes me feel that Enfield is not going to be a daily game for me. It's going to be, I'll play it once a patch, and then I'll play through the story. I'll upgrade the new factories over the course of a week or so, and then I'll come back next patch.
All right.
Especially if, and we can get onto the combat in a second. Like, and I don't necessarily think the game's been designed that way, but I think from a gacha perspective, if it's requiring that much from like a daily perspective, then players are just going to be like, oh well, fuck that shit. I'll come back in a month. And I think that's valid.
Valid. I think based off the current structure of the end game loop, that's a very, very valid assumption. I would personally put money on that happening. There's going to be a massive fall off of players in about like a week, if not less. A lot of people estimated it was going to occur during the levy banner, or after the levy banner, right? Right when they find out that they're going to get snaked by the lack of pity carryover. I think it's actually going to happen before it even disappears because of the current endgame loop that we're experiencing right now. But I guess that's actually meant to be like the third topic. I know we're supposed
I do
to go
have
in
some more
order.
regarding that stuff, but
Yeah,
we can
let's
talk later,
save
it's
that
fine.
for after the combat. Let's just wrap up whatever thoughts
Can
we
we
have
finish
about
the
gacha.
daily stuff as well? I feel like for dailies, they will probably change it to make it more streamlined or automated, specifically the base building stuff dailies, because it does take a lot of time. And maybe they plan to save it like for 1.1 patch, like dev listen moment, marketing or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they should do it right away, honestly, because it does take a lot of time. And if you do look at your friend list, let's say if you have a full friend list, in my friend list, a lot of people left within the first week. Like it says like when they logged in last online.
Because you can see when they
So
last
you-
logged in. Yeah.
That's
check
a
your
cool
friend
thing
list,
to
bro.
check.
Yeah, I'll recommend. I checked VAR was very funny. A lot, like even some regulars of mine by the name I recognized, they quit like within the first 3 days. So I was quite, you can check. Yeah,
My friends list is giga active.
dude.
Oh my gosh.
Congrats,
The
bro.
the worst one is like 1 day ago, but the guy has, I mean, it's actually looking pretty decent. Yeah, mine's looking pretty decent. I did randomly accept people though. So I don't even think I have any of my viewers in here. It's just literally random people. But yeah, mine's not looking too bad. But I guess if yours are reflections of your chat, then I guess that shows what your chat's interest in the game.
I actually have somebody whose account level looks like, what is this, 47? Wait, does this show their account level in the picture and they quit 3 days ago? They didn't like log in for 3 days? No way.
If they got to 47 3 days ago.
Oh, yeah,
they're
it does
pretty
show
good.
their account level.
Yeah, they're 47 and they last online 3 days ago.
Wait, all my friends are fucking, they have no lives like me. Whoa, they're
Lucky
all,
you, dude.
what? They're all level like 50. Bro, wait, I got grinders on my friends list.
Well,
Oh my
lucky you.
gosh, these guys all have no lives.
The 100 elite players. Congratulations.
Look at
Yeah.
that. Anyways,
I'm gonna
it's
check
just
mine.
they're all level 50 or like 48, 49. So I was just like, holy shit, this friend list is full of committed people.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely do have some committed people, but I think a lot of casuals will be naturally filtered out by multiple systems. Like you said, from dailies, gachas, potentially endgame. Factory, I think like the blueprint stuff works relatively well, but like you said, the daily with the factory, it can take a lot of time. And also those owls you have to pick, how is it called? Recycling station, yeah.
Recycling stations in
Ooh.
DJ call it, that's what I call it, the ship.
Yeah.
The most useless feature in the game. It literally just exists to feel like an additional source of EXP mats because you don't get any in the actual game.
Yeah, and you don't get money from there either, as far as, yeah. Like, I mean, you do get from the credit shop, but not from the crafting thing or whatever it's called. The cabins, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just an EXP source, but then you got to go through like the mood micromanaging. You got to go through like all of this, like go be at like the control nexus and then like check all of like their happiness levels and stuff, and then use like the production assistance from your friends and things like that. It's like, brother, does this even need to be in the game?
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing. I don't know, I don't think it has to be, but they just basically took it from the original Arknights, this system with the base. It's so, like, I don't know why. I feel like a lot of these things that are odd in 2026 are literally inspired or taken from 2019 game.
Yeah,
and I
and
don't
it
know why
feels
they
like-
would do that. Yeah.
It feels like there's a
But-
lot of extra fat that needs to be trimmed off the core gameplay experience, and that would make the game a lot better.
I do
And-
think as well that it seems like there's a lot of systems and you don't necessarily always have to interact with all of them. So there is a part of me that feels like sometimes as CCs we might be trying to min-max things a little bit, but actually the way that the casual player will engage with it will be like, well, like I can just get the mats from here. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I just don't have to worry about the recycling station. There is that element to it as well.
I totally get that perspective. But I guess for me, when so much, and this is actually why it relates to the gacha. Yeah. When there are so many of these kind of like useless feeling systems that are there just to like be busy work, and then all of the rewards in the game, all the pulls, all of that are tied to these kind of like features that don't feel like they were necessary, then that's where the whole like the game is a job. Oh, the casuals will never get the pulls that they need to guarantee, so the casuals never pull, or if they do pull, their pity will disappear, so they'll just quit. It seems like from that perspective, it's just doomed from that audience, right? And then from the perspective of anybody that doesn't have a shit ton of time to play, they might not be a casual. They might be an experienced gacha player. They might know exactly what they're doing, but only have 2 hours a day to play the game. And then at that point, you kind of don't want to play either because you know how much you need to do to get the pulls. So it's just, to me, one of like it just seems like a very questionable balance of content, of progression, and just like motivations for a player. Because guess what I'm feeling right now? I just grinded the fuck out of the game to get Levy, and now I can't even do anything with the character. And so I'm just like walking around just waiting with like 2 thumbs in my asshole, bro. Just like waiting until I have the mats to actually build her and her team. And I'm doing FedEx the whole time because that's all I can do. I literally can't do anything else because there's no end game. There's nothing, bro. Like they release with no fucking end game. Like,
yeah,
why?
I would actually like to add a couple of things. End game, I guess we'll talk about it later, but this I want to go back to quickly to the recycling stations, right? Once you fully upgrade the spaceship, you think you're done with this recycling station, but the spaceship clearly has like an elevator and extra rooms for future upgrades. So if you're not constantly picking it up and then they unlock, you know, the new stuff, you're like, oh, damn.
Oh, you're totally right. People need to be like stockpiling them right now.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And you don't even know how much it's gonna need or how much you want. Yeah.
Because the 5th ship upgrade costs 64 of the purple things, bro. Imagine if one costs like 100 of the purples. I'm going to uninstall.
It could cost more as well, yeah, for all we know, yeah.
You gotta wait 6 hours for them to refresh, and then...
Yeah, basically you would get punished if you don't do this daily, even when you're maxed out right now, because whenever they expand it in the future, you want to have that stacked up.
It's probably going to cost like 100 for the next ship upgrade, so you got to make sure to add, and this is what he's talking about, chat. He's talking about going over here, pressing M, and then when you're in like an instance, right, like the hub, for example, you got to go to some recycling stations are full, and then manually collect all 3 of these, and they refresh every 6 hours because you're probably going to need like 1,000 of them for the next ship upgrade. Yeah, that's like big. Or they might just add upgrade level 5 to all of these. Oh, and if that occurs, and then they add like gold ones, I'm fucked, man. I'm gonna start yelling.
I haven't mega bothered
like
with the ship. I should be mega bothering with the ship. Is that what like I should be caring about the ship?
Basically, you've been ignoring the ship, and you're gonna regret ignoring the ship.
Kill me now.
Yeah, and
I'm telling you, ALG, the process of getting the ship recycling materials pieces will make you want to.
Because I've upgraded it, I think, to level 3, but so I had to run around and get the stuff from the recycling stations. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and you better make sure they're upgraded to level 4. And isn't your favorite part watching the animation as it goes from level 0 to level 4 and just like waiting there for literally a full minute, just watching it get upgraded because you can't do anything? That's gonna be every single one of those recycling stations.
Maybe they will give a feature in the future to like automatically pick everything from like a menu or something and be like a dev's listen moment.
Yay, more menus.
Should be able to build a drone to go collect this shit for us.
I don't know what the solution is. I don't know if the solution should be menus. I know I'm joking a little bit about that, but like there's enough time in menus.
Maybe like an unlock, you know, because the Wuling plan, like I don't know, how do you call the thingy that you upgrade your base with the balloons? Yeah, it's gonna get expanded, right?
Oh,
the AIC.
Yeah, AIC plan. Yeah, so maybe they could add it there as an upgrade or something that it automatically, you know, you can pick it up or something from a menu.
Yeah, make a drone factory in your AIC, and it'll go collect all the collectibles in the region.
The reality is like this: a lot of the stuff, these issues that we have, was all present in the beta. We all gave the feedback in the beta, and they didn't just fix it. It actually was very annoying to me personally, yeah, because I played the beta and lots of the stuff. Yeah.
All the feedback about the things we're talking about right now,
including gacha, yeah. Even in the survey on the beta, they actually had, like, I could provide you the picture if you want, regarding the gacha, like not being good, overly complicated, yada yada. It was like an actual check mark option and everything.
And that was the
They were,
feedback
like,
in the
fully-
beta, yeah.
Yeah.
oh, so it's kind of like the 3 surveys that they sent out, where they perfectly illustrate all the issues with the system.
Yeah, and this was all in the beta as well. You had it.
Okay, so they actually got those survey answers from the beta.
yeah,
Because
I'll
that's
get
the
you
answers you
picture,
guys
yeah.
gave during the beta, and they've just been replaying your guys' beta answers as survey options in the past 3.
Yeah, I'll just get you the picture right now.
Yeah.
Your glow.
But they
You
still
have
knew
power
about,
during that.
to Razor's point though, they still knew about these problems in the beta, because it was still an option in beta 2 to select that I can't remember exactly what it said, Razor. You've got it right there?
Yeah, I'm finding it right now. Give me a sec.
Yeah, but they still said that there was like an option that basically said the gacha is overly complex, or the monetization structure will result in less player happiness or
There you go,
whatever.
there's the
Like they
picture.
still,
I
they
guess,
knew it.
okay.
Yeah.
I feel like one thing we needed to do here is like kind of just wrap up our take on the gacha. I think it's pretty universally agreed on right now. It is like one of the root sources of issues, root cause of all problems in the early game. 100%. Because things like story enjoyment can't really occur if you feel pressure to skip everything, because you need to unlock the next region, you need to unlock the next thing, you need to unlock the next set of quests, you need to unlock all the new collectibles and the TP points to make your grinding efficient. All of that, right? And when like those motivations are tied with no pity carryover, everything's expiring, you want to do everything fast, you want to rush all the content, it just ends up with an experience that's going to turn off everybody except the most dedicated player who's an experienced gacha, who's going to be like a bit decently hardcore and pretty much not casual at all. And I think that's why the audience for Enfield at the moment is so open to criticism, and they're so open about just like agreeing with a lot of stuff in this game needs to be fixed. And I think because it literally filters everybody who's not willing to be super committed to the title, because of just like how the gacha is designed and all of that. So it's oddly like, despite advertising so much, spending so much on marketing, sponsoring, XQC of all people, right, who's never touched a gacha before, to go play this game live in front of like his entire audience, right? I think it was them really trying to cast a wide net, but then the feedback from the beta, the feedback from the actual gameplay, and the feedback from the global release should have let them know you're going to accomplish the exact opposite. And so, I mean, for me, I think it's deserved. I think the results are expected, and as a result, I hope we get like a ZZZ moment where it's like, hey, maybe we think about removing those TVs, and it's like, hey, maybe let's just think about actually fixing a lot of the systems in this game. But that would be like my summary of the situation. A lot of the issues of the game right now are coming from that, and they have plenty of opportunities to fix it and refuse to listen to anybody.
I do have like 2 initial follow-up thoughts. My first initial follow-up thought is, as it's weird to me the way that the game is monetized overall, because the combat itself and the 1.0 units, including the limited ones, sometimes aren't even as good as the standard or 5-star DPSs, which is bizarre. But yes, they look very nice. Like Lev, Lev's design is very cool. Yvonne's design is very cool. Gilberta's design is very cool. So my first
You're
initial
saying like meta strength wise, some of them are weaker than standard units.
meta strength wise, I feel like some of them are weaker than standard units. Yeah, I do. I feel like I'm not sure what, from a meta perspective, that's not the way that they're monetizing the game, if that makes sense. I understand that there will still be a drive to pull for the waifu characters, but some of the best teams in the game are actually, standard DPSs, like standard S ranks.
The physical team, for example. Is
Yeah,
really
the
good.
physical team, for example, is busted good.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense when you consider that the physical team looks relatively complete in that every role serves a specific purpose. And I think when you're having like a full 5-star plus, the physical team actually has 3 6-stars on it. So it's like it's actually really hard to build that one because you need Pog and Li Feng to get it going. But it does have 2 other free characters, but you do need Pog and Li Feng. I'm thinking about the other teams that exist right now, where it's like Yvonne's teammates aren't there, so she has to like her best team features fucking last right, which makes no sense if we're going to be honest. Yvonne's best team featuring last right, and then Surtur's still using 4-star characters, right? And I think Yvonne is also using 4-star units. So from that perspective, I can totally see how maybe they're not as strong meta-wise because they don't really have their fully established teams yet. They're right. Their best ones are literally using 4-stars.
Yeah.
Actually, regarding the last right, they changed Yvonne from the previous beta to this live version of the game. She's a striker now, and I don't think this last right Yvonne is a thing anymore, as far as I see.
Oh,
Like,
no, you
correct
use
me-
last right just to
like-
apply cryo.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't
I mean,
even,
sure. Beside that, yeah, but it's really cope, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's how bad Yvonne's teammates are
Plus,
right
they
now.
did
where
nerf
she's-
last right damage as well.
where she's
from the
literally
beta.
using last right as a cryo infliction applier.
Yeah, they basically need
Oh
a
my-
new cryo applier. Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. So that's
kind of cooked.
obviously cope. Right?
So, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, from a monetization perspective, like, people aren't pulling for meta, but of course they're not pulling for meta because there's no fucking end game anyway. But
yeah, there's nothing to use your characters on.
so
Yeah, do
like,
we get to talk about the end game now? Sorry.
so it feels like, in some ways, it feels like the gacha element was just shoehorned into this exploration factory game, and I'm like, the more I think about it, the more confused I get. But the more I love this weird exploration factory game. I don't know, man. It's just a really weird sitch.
I think
Yeah,
the
the
game Oh, sorry. I think
Oh,
the factory and the development of it and expanding it is like the honeymoon of
Yeah,
the game.
for sure. Yeah,
and
yeah.
if that's not what you're into, the game has no honeymoon. And if you really are into it, it's good, but the factory literally ends. And once it ends,
Yeah, because
you begin to see there's
I'm in
Yeah,
a position now where I've finished the main story and I'm in Wuling and I've got 2 factories making the batteries, and then I'm leveling up Wuling. And I feel like when I've leveled up Wuling a little bit more, I'll start crafting endgame gear, and then I'll kind of make my final factories, and then I'll be like, oh shit, I guess the factories are over now, you know? And tell me, is that the sitch, boys? Is that what happens in like 2 more levels for me?
you are going
Well,
to
yeah.
not look at the factory ever again for the next like 40 days. You're just going to sit there and literally just open up menus. You will be in menus for 45 minutes out of your hour daily gameplay, and every 2 days you'll be able to spend sanity for combat. But otherwise, it's menus for 45 minutes, then you log off.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's
Yeah.
menus and your FedEx drive. You will see the overworld, but you're going to be just delivering
Bro.
packages from point A to point B for 3 orders.
Yeah.
Sorry,
think, like-
maybe, 3
Yeah.
orders.
Yeah, I would like to add the part with LG regarding the monetization. Like,
Oh, sure.
the character gacha, like the way they monetized everything, it's so weird when it doesn't really matter that much. Like he said, there's no end game. Is there even an incentive like to get these characters besides the looks? Like, couldn't they monetize it
Yeah.
some other way? Like, did it really have to be a gacha? This type of game, like, it's so confusing.
This game actually, unironically, probably would have felt really good with like free character obtainment and then skins as the main monetization. Just for the
Yeah,
way that it's
probably.
designed, because it literally feels like you should have access to the whole roster. Because of how specific some keywords are, stuff like that,
With the combo
interactions, blah,
skills
blah,
too,
blah.
yeah.
Like, Wolfguard is never going to see the light of day on your account unless Surtur's on your team. That's just a fact, right? Based off of how his fucking kit works and what he applies, there's just no universe where you would ever use him without Surtur. And to me, the kits feel like Wuthering Waves, but it's like Zodi and Phoebe, but every character is Zodi and Phoebe.
Yeah,
that's just-
basically combo skills.
I just
that's how the
Yeah,
That's
I
how the
just want to
combos
address the chat message that I saw. Are we complaining that there's not enough power creep in 1.0? No, I'm complaining that there's no content to use characters against in 1.0.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, imagine you buy the characters and you don't have literally the content where to use them. There's not like an end game reset. Actually, there is an event, Umbral Monument. It was in the beta and they will add it.
yeah,
They said
yeah,
in
you
the
mentioned
patch
that.
notes it will be added for 1.0, but that's a permanent mode. It's not resettable. You know, it's like I feel like they're going very old school, like they did with original Arknights, because I believe original Arknights didn't really start with actual resettable endgame as well, meaningful one, and they kind of added it at a later time. So I don't know. I don't think these type of models work in this day and age with how we expect the players to be things.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of things that are definitely going to, when you think about the end game, throw in a bit of a loop. We can expand on them later. Just wanted to mention them out there right now.
Of course.
I think the fact that the gear treadmill is finite and just takes a long fucking time is going to be a little bit annoying, because basically
Isn't it
your
12
wooling
weeks,
factory
actually?
is how you get gears to max. And if your wooling factory is not optimized, you are never upgrading your gear to max. So it's like, that's how you up that. Basically, instead of rolling echoes or rolling disk drives or doing that, you're just slowly waiting for your factory to give you enough of the material to go upgrade the thing.
Yeah, and actually the upgrades I heard supposedly takes like, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, 12 weeks to fully upgrade one character artificed gear, like fully maxed out.
What, for the gear as well? Does that include the level ups, the abilities, and the gear?
No, just artificing. Like
Just
that's the thing.
Like for the essence stuff.
No. I mean, it's not essences for gear. It's called artifice, or I don't know the exact name.
Wooling Artificing Catalyst. They call it.
Okay.
Basically, your first couple of pieces of gear will be very cheap because you can just buy them for 12k each. The price goes up to, in the end game, 120k.
Yeah, you can buy them
for
60 per
Artificing
week
Catalyst.
as well only, so it's limited.
And
at least you do finish it once, you know. At least you have like an end goal with the gear. It will be finished eventually, even as a free-to-play, even if it takes ages.
Yeah,
So
I guess
that's
the thing is that, unfortunately, it's going to take a really fucking long time to actually get max power gear. And the thing is, I just hope that whatever content they put in doesn't feel like it needs it, because think about it this way. Imagine a prerequisite for content that you need max level gear.
Yeah,
What
that
does
would be
a
very
new
brutal.
player do? Do they just like sit there and buckle down and say, okay, I just will never be able to play this content until I'm a year into the game?
Actually, now that you mentioned this, what do you think about character dupes and specifically their powers?
Character dupes and their powers? I think they're relatively low scope. One last thing I'll mention about the gacha, because we're on character dupes, right before we head on into this. So when you get a max level copy of a 5-star unit, that max level copy turns into the regular AIC currency. Yeah, so it won't turn into bond quotas like it would in any other game. Usually when you get a copy of like the 5-star rarity, or in this game, the 4-star rarity, right? You would just be able to redeem it for an actual pull. Right, in ZZZ, if you get Nicole, your 8th copy of Nicole, usually it just turns into a pull in the shop after you rebate it all.
Yeah.
In this game, you get these instead.
Yeah.
You'll still get 10 out of your 25 bond quota for the dupe, but then the rest of it turns into this expiring resource instead that can only be used on expiring pulls.
Yeah, like I said, the longer you play this gacha game, like specifically go through the gacha system, the more you learn on the way all the shitty parts of it. Like a surprise, you know?
And that's when you will only find out if you're unlucky enough within the first week of the game to get 6 copies of a 5-star unit. And I did. So, yeah, I can speak on it just because I was super unlucky.
Yeah, for me, I haven't really engaged with the gacha myself at all. But obviously now we're seeing a lot more CCs actually play with it. I feel like we are seeing a lot more of the cracks start to show.
Yep.
I was particularly I wasn't necessarily concerned, but I was curious about what would happen with the Arsenal gear system. The Arsenal gacha. I can't even remember what it's called. Yeah, but you know what I mean? The weapon gacha, basically.
Arsenal tickets.
The Arsenal tickets.
And it seems like there are times now if you don't send enough pulls on a character, like as in if you get lucky and you get them early, you may just not have enough tickets to get the weapon. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Gacha Smack is actually in that situation right now. He got his Surtur too early, and because of that, he doesn't have enough weapon pulls.
Actually, I would like to add one thing. It is because some people, chatters will point this out. They will say, yeah, but they made the weapon banner last like 3 banners, but it doesn't change the reality that, for example, if Gacha Smack decides not to pull on Yvonne or Gilberta, he won't have those Arsenal tickets to get Suitor weapon regardless.
Exactly.
So it doesn't change much.
He is forced to pull Yvonne or Gilberta, or he loses everything.
Well, loses the chance to get Lev's weapon at least.
Well, he actually went 30 pulls deep into the banner, into the weapon banner already. So, yeah, he will lose basically. He's basically committed, and he has to pull a Yvonne or Gilberta.
Yeah, and imagine if it doesn't have 120 pulls for that, like free to play, you know, you're cooked basically. Like there's so many situations where it bricks you. Like it's just not fun. Yeah.
If you're a free to play and you got your levy at 80 pity, you won the 50-50, you probably might not be able to get her weapon. Because you will need 120 pulls on a Yvonne or a Gilberta banner to secure her weapon at that point, without losing anything, right?
I mean, you do get some standard pulls, but yeah,
200 pulls in this patch.
Actually, I would like to add one thing quickly regarding standard pulls. You know, you don't get standard weekly pulls, right?
Oh yeah, you told me that the other day, and my reaction was, "Are you joking? That's insane."
Because you have the 300 selector. You know the 300 standard pulls on the banner, right?
Yeah.
But they don't give you standard weekly pulls. So how are you gonna fill that up as free to play unless if they like what they're gonna give a standard pulls permanently every patch or what's?
Wait, so
at
you're
the
telling
moment
me
the
that
standard pulls are only
in this game,
event based.
There's not any recurring source of them.
Doesn't look like it, no. And the 300 selector, how do we complete
Wait.
that one?
It literally says rewards only events. Wait, literally, it says only events.
Well, at least they're being honest about it.
So how do we complete the selector?
Sure.
So how do we complete the selector then? Good luck.
That's like a year of events, maybe more.
I'm not gonna lie. This greed is biblical.
I know that. Like I said, you learn always new things as you go with this system every day, man.
This is how I described it. You know those Russian dolls, right? They keep saying like I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like it starts with an M. I've been saying that this game's gacha system is like Russian dolls, but inside is just smaller and smaller pieces of shit. You just open it up and there's a piece of shit inside. You open that one up, it's a slightly smaller piece of shit, and you just keep going. It's just poo everywhere. That's what this game's gacha feels like. The more you play it.
So yeah, like that standard pull situation is insane, but it does bring the question up of like pull economy, because I mean the first question about pull economy that links to this is, well, how many standard pulls do we think we're going to get from events? Which I don't think is a particularly interesting question, but we can talk about it if we want. But I think the more interesting question is, what do we think the drop-off is going to be post this patch for like general limited pulls?
Extremely high.
I can see them going with a nice, juicy 50-something pulls a patch. I see around 50 pulls a patch.
Also,
I see it. I see it.
I also know,
after experiencing 1.0, I see 50 pulls a patch.
That is
actually want to add one quick. Sorry for interrupting. I think it's quite important. The Umbral Monument event, like the quote-unquote permanent end game combat event in the beta, the hardest, most difficult thing you had. I believe that one didn't even give you gems nor standard pulls. So I don't know if they plan to change it for the live version of the game to give you some.
Oh yeah, in the beta it didn't give you anything.
All I know is the only changes they'd be making for beta is turning the numbers down, because wasn't it 5k Arsenal tickets for the weekly, and then it went down to
that was the
100.
alpha. I think it was like alpha. There's actually even more they did for the beta, not the previous one, but the one before. As far as people were telling me, you could buy signature weapons directly from the Arsenal shop. You know the weekly reset thing? For the weapons, right? You could supposedly, that's what I've been told, two betas ago, not the previous one, you could buy them directly, the limited weapons, but they removed it. Now it's only standard.
They just straight up took the existing system and made it more predatory. In almost literally every single way.
Yeah, and also with the weekly Arsenal pulls, like you said, you can see the stinginess and the greed with this, especially if you've seen how it used to be before and how it kind of like evolved over time.
And this is the closed beta from last year.
From last year.
This time last year.
Yeah, it from what I've been told, you can also ask the chat. You were able to buy
gameplay
weapons.
People have seen the gameplay. They've talked about the gacha system in there.
Yeah. That's why
that
people
might be a
probably...
good video. Looking at the CBT1 gacha and then comparing it to the current.
Yeah, I feel like that's why people back in the day were kind of defending the weapon banner, because you could buy the weapon directly from the shop, the limited.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
so people are getting they're still defending it with almost like the spirit or the reasoning of the CBT1, but it's so much worse than CBT1. It's almost indefensible.
I think it was CBT2 actually.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Not the
I
alpha
think it's
one.
the technical test, which is where they had
the one after the technical test.
And then
you
the
had 3
closed beta.
betas. Yeah, you had like 3.
Closed beta was after the tech test.
Yeah, that one. That one, I believe you were able to buy the weapon limited directly from the shop.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, clearly that's the best you can buy right now are like fucking 5-star weapons.
Standard that you don't care about. Yeah, you don't want to buy that as a free to play.
Yeah.
No way.
We'll see if you're actually doing those. So yeah, I guess every single additional take you guys provided there, right? Bringing in the standard pulls too. I think it just lends credence to the whole idea that this gacha system is going to turn a lot of people off. It doesn't get better with time, and in fact, it actually has a lot of things where, as you discover them, it'll get worse with time. So do be on the lookout for that. Be careful with your pulls, and don't get fucked, because there's so much room to get fucked. And I know a lot of people, they won their 50-50 at 80, and they're going to think that they can get Levy's weapon, and they will just break their entire career in-game. But yeah, I guess this next part of the conversation is going to go hand in hand with not getting characters and not pulling, and it's going to be the combat. Because we kind of touched on this before. Characters in this game, because of how combo skills work, they kind of feel like very restrictive. You want specific keywords that work with each other. Somebody's skill is going to apply electrify, and somebody's combo skill is going to be them interacting and usable after somebody gets electrified. Obviously, you need 2 characters that line up for that to occur, and if you don't have the character because you aren't pulling on the gacha, well, good fucking luck building the teams. And that just leads to less fun. That's my initial take on the combat and why people think it's not great. It's because they have no options, no synergies, and they can't use their pulls to obtain them.
I think
absolutely
there are certain things that are fun about the combat, but it's not the actual mechanics of combat. I explained this the other day on my stream, and someone said to me, like, that's it. It's just like building the team for the combat. Like you said, they all have very specific like interactions, and you want to make sure that those specific interactions are triggered. And sometimes you'll have 1 or 2 different options that will fit in the same role within like a particular team archetype, and you'll be able to like mix and match different characters in, and you might feel like some characters are slightly better than others. Like in the Monofizz team, for example, you know, some people are saying Enmin's better, some people are saying that Japan is better, etc., etc. But I guess what I'm saying is that like you build like a puzzle in the menus by looking at the characters and their kits and stuff, and then the actual combat itself, like executing it, it's boring as fuck. I'm sorry. Like you hold mouse 1 and then you just tap E and you just press your skills when they come up. And I feel like I've played it so much. In fact, the reason that I'm probably behind you guys is because I took part in a content creator combat event, and I grinded the ever living fuck out of 2 bosses for like 3 streams. And yeah, I'm sorry. The combat's boring.
He had all characters built as well to try.
Yeah, I had all the characters built. Yeah. Sorry?
Did you win any money?
I don't know. I think I know my time is faster than pretty much every English-speaking CC because I check their streams. But I guess that means I might be in the top half because there's still the Asian guys. So
you're fucked then. I'm sorry, bro. Well, good luck. Maybe they should separate it by region next time. Then I think you can win. You're fighting against a bunch of Chinese and Korean people, bro. It's cooked. It's cooked.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the way I feel about the combat. Is that I like the team building aspect, but then when you actually are playing it, it's all about like executing rotation. Oh wait, the boss is doing this thing that's stopping me from executing my rotation. Okay, that's fine. Okay, how do I start my rotation again? Okay, execute, and that's it.
So you're saying it's more about building the character and like preparation before the actual fight is where you're having fun, and then you just go quote unquote out to play.
But then again, there is an aspect of like, well, they don't really have a combat endgame, so maybe they know that the combat at the moment just isn't really super fun. Like maybe they know. Do they know? Maybe they know.
My personal take is that I actually see a lot of potential.
I can agree with that.
Combat.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The way that I view it is that at a bare bones baseline, it feels like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. At a bare bones baseline. And I don't know if you guys have played that game before.
Yeah, you're gonna have to expand on that.
My favorite unit, or my favorite character in Relink, is Siegfried. Imagine if they released a DPS unit with timing-based inputs like him, like perfect hits, where you press the attack button during his animation, and then he like powers up the attack.
It's possible.
And gets like special versions of it. I see so much potential for like additional depth in like the combat just being added on the input side because there's actually so few of them in the game, right? And that would turn it from like the whole, oh, press down like the left mouse button and then make it timing based and stuff like that. Easy ways to add depth that require no actual like rewiring of the combat. That's where I think that's where the potential is. Another example is I was going to ask you this question, ALG. How many characters did you have like available to you when you were like doing all this testing and stuff?
All of them. All of them were
And
level
did you like
80.
try out a bunch of different teams?
Yeah, so I tried out like the premium ice team, including Yvonne. I tried Yvonne with Last Right. I think I tried Yvonne with Snowshine because Snowshine, she's a defense character, right? But if you can nail her parry, you can build up the stagger really fast. But the problem is the enemies just aren't aggressive enough for that to like actually be like a valid option. So
yeah.
But yeah, like I tried out the premium ice team. I tried Gilberto in a couple of teams. I tried the premium Lev team and the Monofizz team. And I tried to cook a couple of other things as well, but like like those were like the main teams.
Yeah, I guess the thing is for me, I'm experimenting around right now with a lot of different sort of like in-team techs. You know, for example, Yvonne, her skill has a casting animation. Where she's priming the explosive, like pulling it out of her pocket, then throwing it, and then she has the travel time. Subsequently, right, you're allowed to do things like use Zaihi's ultimate. You're allowed to do things like use somebody's cryo app. Do all of those things while the bomb is in the air. And so, like, literally, I've had situations where I, like, queue up spells, but then, like, trigger, like, 4 ultimates at once. I got, like, Alesh's, like, fucking... Like, I'll summon, like, Alesh's giant fish, throw a Zai-heal on top of it so everything gets buffed, and throw Yvonne's bomb all at the same time. So, like, all 3 of those abilities happen, and then it's, like, it feels like crazy, almost like optimization time savings, right? Because I'm, like, you know, kind of, like, streamlining the animations, all of that.
Yeah,
that's the level of that I feel like is there when you really get into the end game. And where do you start using text like that? When there's a timer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for what content?
Where do you discover and start using text like that when you have a timer? Is there any timer-related content in this game?
Yes, you had it in the beta for the hardest event, Umbral Monument, but the timer was 10 minutes for the fight. I don't know if they're gonna change it for the live version, but you had so much leeway that it didn't even matter.
The fights take too long in those bosses.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with those like weekly crisis drills and stuff like that, making the bosses take like 30 plus minutes of actual. This is my viewpoint on it. People say it's good because there's no timer. That's like saying a Guitar Hero song on easy that lasts 2 hours is good content. It's not hard because it's on easy, but you're just sitting there doing it for 2 hours. It's boring.
Absolutely.
And the fights in these like in like the index menu are so boring. The Re-Crisis fights are so boring. I don't think anyone's done them.
Yeah, I did them extensively.
Oh, maybe
for the combat event. And dude, I think that might be why I hate the combat.
That's probably why you hate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
you were just doing these. Dude, nobody's doing these.
I know.
Nobody is doing
On my
these.
main account, I still haven't done one. I still haven't done one of them.
I
can't bring it myself to do it.
Nobody is doing these. I'm serious.
I think
everyone's skipping them because they're not fun. But that's what I think happens when you go with the whole, oh, if it doesn't have a timer, it must be good. These don't have timers, and they're not good, okay? They don't have timers, and they're the worst fights in gacha history.
And actually, speaking of fights, in the previous beta, like the end game event, permanent event, you also had kind of like shielding mechanics as well.
Oh,
there was a fight. Yeah, there was a fight.
No, are you telling me only Levy's gonna be able to clear?
No. You actually had 3 floors, and one floor. This is how it was called. My apologies for YouTube.
Yeah.
The event floor was called Survive the Gas. I'm not even joking. And you were taking damage over time, and you had to bring a healer, otherwise you wipe.
Wait,
it's like,
wait, the event was called Survive the...
I could probably find you the picture, if I try really hard. Yeah.
Wait, what?
That was the, and there was like the gas in the room. Like, I'm not joking. Like, you can look it up. And you were taking damage over time, and you had to bring a healer to survive. Otherwise, you wipe. Like that's one shilling mechanic.
Did you
and
have
then
to?
you had another shilling.
There was enemies as well, right? You weren't just in a room.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There were
right,
enemies.
okay.
You had to fight enemies, but you're taking damage over time.
Yeah, okay, thank
Yeah,
God.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think you're legally allowed to call any event "survive the gas" and then
Like I can find you
and
the
then
picture
put
because
the-
I'm not like
put the
BS.
players' units into a chamber that's literally filling up, and they're
Stop.
Okay. Yeah,
Dude,
please
that's
stop.
what they did, man. That's
I'll drag one
crazy.
picture, yeah.
What?
Okay, I think I found it.
Imagine.
Yeah, I found the picture. I'll show it to you right now.
Oh
Give me-
hell no.
Nah, I just want to make sure it's real. That I'm not. Yeah.
I feel like
Hey,
I've seen
okay,
them.
give me 1 second. Bro. It feels like it's not safe for work.
Okay.
like you just described like a game mode, and it
No,
feels
no,
like it's not safe for work.
I didn't click on the game mode in that picture, so it should be fine. I clicked on the other mode there. But you can still
Survive
see
the
the name.
gas.
Yeah.
Ballista NX. Yeah, that is for
I'm
real.
not joking, bro.
No way.
Yeah, and the first one that
That
you
is
see in the
something to
picture, the first one is for Leviathan. It's basically the design AoE shield fight. They basically put 4 enemies together in a circle. They cannot be moved. They're harder to interrupt, and they start doing more damage over time if they're left alive. So basically, for the first fight, you have to bring AoE to make it easier. And for the second one, you have to bring a healer. And the third one is like 2 elite enemies that you fight one-on-one, and then both of them together. So the third one is kind of like less of a shield fight. But you already had
Okay.
like in the beta, shilly type of mechanics, where it kind of like pushed you to use something more specific.
Okay. I will say this. This doesn't look like the most disgusting shit ever, just from the perspective of I don't
Yeah.
see like fire shilling.
Oh yeah, the resistances and stuff, I don't think you had it there. I didn't notice it. Yeah, it didn't matter.
Okay. So like as long as you have an AoE character, you're probably okay. You don't need specifically
I mean, you had
money.
10 minutes to do it as well, so it was plenty of time.
Mhm.
But they could change the timer because
Wait,
they
what did
did
it
say
s-
they're gonna change it.
What did it say? Was it like an AoE situation? You said.
Yeah. The first
Yeah.
one was AoE situation
Mm-hmm.
where you had to fight like archers, and then the last phase was 3 worms together.
Oh,
and
wait, it's AoE and you can't group them. So you have to have a big enough AoE to hit all of them at once.
yeah, they're kind of like together, but not that together. You understand? And you can't move them. I believe they're like
Yeah,
hard,
yeah, they
harder
literally
to
can't
interrupt.
move. That's one of the stage effects. They're
Yeah.
like rooted in the
Yeah.
ground.
That would be
Yeah.
bizarre if they released Gilberta at the same time as that mode, because she isn't.
I think this
she
mode
is,
is
she is
coming
a
out soon,
she's like
actually.
a suck grouper, right?
Yeah, maybe they'll change something. Maybe you'll be able to pull them, to shield for her. Or
Bro,
something.
hit it with this emote while doing the suck grippy. That's crazy, bro.
She's a sucker.
That's crazy, bro.
I just making it clear. I talk with my hands sometimes. It's fine.
Yeah,
I think
sure,
I
bro.
think I get what's going on, Razor. Levy's supposed to be used for stage 1, Gilberta for stage 2, and then Yvonne for stage 3, probably.
Technically, yeah, it would be probably easier, but you could do other stuff, but it depends on the timer. Because 10-minute time was very generous, but who knows if they're gonna make the timer worse now. or
Okay, I
something.
guess my take is from what you're describing, this endgame sounds also just kind of unfun.
Yeah,
Because
no
if
gems.
it's just a 10-minute timer and it's literally as easy as I guess you're saying it, it will just actually feel like a genuine waste of time.
It was.
That's my perspective
yeah.
on it when there's
Yeah.
not like, I don't know, like a shorter challenge and or just being a challenge in general. I think that's why endgames need a good balance, because if it's actually dog piss easy, super dog piss easy, and it just feels like you're like AFK and like just
You can also see the
waiting for
rewards
it
in
to
the
end.
picture. There is no gems or standard pulls from this hardest difficulty event.
Wait.
There was
Yeah,
no
you can
gems.
see the
Let me
picture.
this one more
Yeah,
time.
it's right there.
I think you showed
Is
the
it just
rewards in here
Is it
too.
just build rewards?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is it?
Yeah, you get like a crown. Like in Genshin, the crown thingy for skills, you get that, I guess.
Wait, so like they just no pulls in this game.
There's no. Maybe they added for the live version of the game, but the beta surely didn't have it for this.
Wait, the end game didn't even have.
Yeah, so that's like
No.
the crown thing, the ability level up.
Yeah,
some credits.
Basically, they
Yeah,
didn't even
like-
have the gems. It's like it was a, and now they said they want to make it like an. It was also permanent in the beta. This quote unquote event. it was a permanent thing, no gems whatsoever. So I don't know if they're gonna change it, but they could basically. When I saw this event, there is a potential they could structure it to make it like a resettable thing in a way and make it work. But I'm very afraid they could go easily the shield route with how they could push the content, because like the blueprint for that stuff is already in the game. They could easily push this, including the packages with combo skills. I could see them, if they wanted to go very hard on character packages as well. If they,
it's super easy. Just if solidification is applied to enemies, make them take 20% more damage for 10 seconds. Very easy, right? It's so easy to shell certain archetypes.
Yeah.
And so, like, if they just add one where it's like about solidify, great. If you don't have a Lesh or Yvonne, go fuck yourself, right? Like that will generally just be like the game. Sure, you can like force solidify by doing some other shit, but who's gonna actually do that, right? Like it, I don't know. I guess the thing to me is that like there's already so many reasons to pull units, or really, there's already so many units to, or so many reasons to like trigger FOMO already. And I guess to me, if the end game is also going to be another source of FOMO on top with super shield buffing, brother, something else has got to give. Like something's got to give at that point, because we don't feel the end game shilling right now. But if it comes up and it does become like
with
status
this
effect specific, bro.
Yeah,
that just would. That's the thing. When the end game hasn't launched yet, we don't know the buffs on the stages. There's just complete uncertainty, right? That means it could be really good. It could also be really, really, really bad.
But to be clear, it could be fine.
That's true, but I feel like I've had that conversation about every feature in this game.
Yeah,
I can see why we're losing a little bit of hope. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah.
It's because like how do you know how mad I was when I found out my Zaihi dupe turned into expiring pulls? Bro, I was like on my 13th reason why when it came to like this fucking game, because I was just like, how is this also another thing you guys are putting in? Like, isn't the no pity carryover enough? Isn't like the constant like FOMO banners? Isn't that enough? But wait, you got to make my 5-star dupes feel worse than every other game too. On top of it, we get a pullback in every title. Here you're giving me like fucking 10 bond tickets and like a fucking Slim Jim.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if can I mention something really regarding gacha as well again? My apologies if I do.
No, go for it.
Okay, specifically, you know the 10 pulls free on launch they gave you? Like, it was called like a celebration thing or whatever, but you had to literally do 30 pulls to get
urgent
those
recruitment.
Yeah, whatever it was. Like, it was kind of presented like a launch reward on the live stream, but you literally have to do 30 pulls to get this free 10 pull reward thing.
It's just like ZZZ's thank you gift.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending money.
Yeah, it was like so weird. Yeah, it was so weird to me.
It's just weird. It's a weird like it's the way they explain things is just terrible, or the way that they call things, the names that they give things just makes it seem like it's something that you're going to be getting, and then you don't get it.
I just think it's really odd optics on the release of the game, really odd optics as well for like the surveys to give more meaningful rewards than like the actual quests in the game. Like the fastest way to get aura barrels in this game is to fill out the surveys.
Hey, they want that feedback.
You get like this a 750 from filling out the surveys. I think there's nothing faster than that in game.
I think they basically put a lot of the polls behind exploration and not the story as well. So it's kind of like very weird design.
Yeah, I guess just in regards to that, I'm surprised this game didn't have like an exploration check log, much like Wuthering Waves. You might know the one I'm talking about, where with every new region that comes out, you get like a book that's split up into like 4 parts. It's got like percentage progress and tracking, right? And it would be like, defeat this one elite enemy in this corner of the map, and then you click it and it would tell you where to go, and then you get like astrite rewards, premium currency rewards, and stuff like that. If this game had like that version of like the journal for the overworld, and then more of the rewards, right, are like split out across like milestone in the exploration, 10 TP points unlocked plus 500 oral barrel, it would just feel so much more satisfying as a gameplay experience to get through it, right? Because then you have like, oh, My next milestone is unlocking 10 TP points. Then I'll get this nice little boost and I can do a pull. It just keeps someone going from one checklist to the next. Very, very, very like guided experience, right? That would have obviously, I think, helped this game a lot, retain players, and then just take the fucking pulls out of the exploration and put them in the check log, right? It's easy, it's very easy to do.
Yeah, I think it would be a great idea.
I think that's one way to speed it up. And it's just, I guess you've gotten the blueprint from plenty of open worlds that other gacha developers have made on how to do this. And it seems like they took that blueprint, yeah, good pun, right? Especially with this game. They just fucking wiped their booty hole with it. That's what it feels like. Because some parts of it are great, but the amount of backtracking you do in this game in Valley 4, dude, no, it doesn't feel play tested.
Yeah, that is a lot, especially for new players.
Not feel play tested.
Yeah, it's like if you played the prior beta, you kind of knew what you were doing. But if you're a new player, you probably didn't know, like, oh, you kind of wanted to set up like the electricity as you explore and stuff like that. So
dude,
it's a
going
lot of that,
back and realizing I had to rewire like the mines. Dude, wiring the quarry made me want to uninstall the game.
Yeah, that's what I learned from the beta. So
like wiring this fucking shit, like bringing that bitch all the way over for your AIC, going into like this fucking ass crack right over here to get to Aubrey Quarry, and then like wiring this shit over. Oh my god, and it's all for two fucking amethyst deposits, bro. Fuck. How unrewarding is that?
I remember on the last area that we unlocked in Valley 4, before I unlocked the base there, I didn't realize there was going to be a base there. So I started taking all the lines and I was literally running them in. It took me, I'm going to say conservatively hours, but I like mapped up all of the points, and then I did the next mission and they unlocked the base and I was so pissed.
The base, and then you basically got your entire infrastructure laid out, but it's useless.
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, I didn't rewire it after the base. After I got the base, I was like, I still got the fucking resources. It's fine. But
yeah, it's like fuck it. I ain't rewiring that shit. You honestly though, you would only need to add like 2 of them probably. Just connect your main base to like the fucking.
That was pretty much what I did.
Itself, right? But yeah, I guess it's the stuff. It's not like very clear progression markers. I think that's the main thing. If you're like a non-experienced player, like a casual, right? You don't look at like a guide. Good lord, I feel like there's just so much room to spend 10 hours and get nothing. Like you could spend 10 hours doing things in the game, feel like you're making progress because like quests are getting done, missions are getting completed, things are getting gathered. But then you functionally get like 2 pulls out of 10 hours worth of playtime, and it feels like you're going nowhere.
I would say like this from my experience. If you play this game prior, like in a beta, and you kind of know what you're doing, it can definitely be more enjoyable. But if you're playing it first time, blind, you learn a lot of these things like, oh, I didn't set up the electricity and stuff can be quite painful. And honestly, with how much the tutorials the game has, they could have like taught players better of this, like, hey, you're kind of supposed to do this and stuff like that.
Oh, this is the thing. Like, I have gone in with no experience, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, but I do like to say that I'm pretty good at like games. I can pick up the mechanics fast. That's why I've had no issues like progressing even at the same pace as like fucking you, with no beta experience at all. And I'm just thinking, man, I have never felt more exhausted and never felt like I've done more work in a game before. And it feels like I'm like I was doing things that didn't make a lot of sense, but they had to be like done because it's actually the optimal way to get stuff done in this game.
You're basically saying it was very tedious. It felt very tedious to do.
Yeah, it's the most it's genuinely the most tedious game to like pick up, but there's a lot of potential to like love the systems and stuff. And the thing is, this type of game breeds a very dedicated sort of player, but they don't allow the opportunity for any other type of player to form. And I think that is what the big issue is, because guys, it's clear what High Progressive Objective is from all the marketing, from all the sponsors and all of that. They want the game to attract the widest audience possible. That's the marketing, but then the actual monetization and the progression is the exact opposite.
See, I think a lot of people are going to come in and potentially really love certain aspects of this game.
Absolutely.
And I think people will be surprised at themselves because I've never played a factory game before, but my God, factory optimization has become something that I'm really getting quite passionate about. Unk
Some
gameplay.
people,
Yeah, but
so this is the thing. Like some people, they work like those optimization jobs IRL. Like I'm gonna be honest, if you ever worked with an Excel spreadsheet, you'll probably like the factory. But you also gotta recognize some people like optimization because they're getting paid for it. And there are gonna be some people that like look at their experience and what they're doing in game, and then they'll literally say, "I get paid to do this in real life. Why am I doing it in a game for free?"
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure a lot of like literal factory managers go play Factorio. I don't think a lot of actual doctors play Surgeon Simulator. I don't think a lot of actual truck drivers play Truck Driver Simulator, right? It's like, it's fun pretending, but when the topic is like resource management, throughput, like fucking billing and spending, P&Ls, and like fucking income outcome.
Gotta check your yield and your usage. You gotta check that shit.
And like yields and stuff. Bro, they even got a stock market in the game, bro. They got a stock market in the game.
But
I'm just saying, like, a lot of the stuff, it's literally one-to-one with actual real-life jobs.
Unk gameplay.
That's what I mean. And I'm just at a certain point where there's almost too much stuff. Bro, half of the gameplay is you refreshing a job application board to go pick up orders to do your dailies.
You sound so upset about the fact that you almost have a job.
Look at this. Bro, this is my game. I'm literally refreshing the job board. That's what it is, bro. Like, that's the fucking gameplay. I'm not even joking. That's part of the dailies. Razor, am I right? You got to refresh the job board until you get a good job.
I guess
it'd be like that. But yeah, personally, I think it's people can have fun with this. Obviously, people who have the time for it. I would say it's like very tedious, slow. Like you said, the loading screens as well. I'm sure you mentioned probably
the
this as
game
well.
gets laggier the more you build your factory. My FPS is shit. My loading screens are shit.
Yeah. I feel like there's some things like that that makes the experience worse when it can be so much better if they optimize it, and certain things like speed up or streamline it in a way.
Yeah, I guess
So
there was a point I was going to make just a second ago.
Yeah, it does load slower for some people, with more like base build.
I just want to go back to something that Saint said before we started talking about the job thing, which was you called out the marketing and then like how different it is, like when you actually get into the game. And yeah, I do have to say, like, I think that that we're going back like a step there, but yeah, like the marketing feels very anime mobile gacha game, and then. Like people get in expecting, I don't know, like prettier Genshin Impact or something, and then they're like, oh, now I'm managing a factory. I do think there's going to be a lot of people who probably come in and aren't necessarily ready for what this game's selling.
Basically disconnect.
Yeah, it feels a bit disconnected. Like in particular with the marketing, because the marketing feels really like it does
action.
It feels action. And then you get in and you're like, right. Usage and yield charts. Here we go.
Yeah, and then let me go check the prices on my other friend's ships so I can go take a 10-minute loading screen to go over to their ship to go. And the thing is,
I love that stuff, and I'm actually kind of happy about it. But there is I do think that we're probably going to see and this isn't like a critical thing about the game at all, but I do think we're probably going to see that this initial huge wave of players might very well drop off relatively substantially in a few weeks.
And what I'm saying is just based off of that, ALG, we talked about the action, right? We talked about the combat, all of those pieces. The end game loop, once you reach level 50, is literally 45 minutes of menus and optional combat depending on whether or not you have sanity. The rest of it is you doing fetch quests and then refreshing job boards to take on jobs. It literally is the most this is the thing. I know you said you'd like those things. I'm weaving in elastic goods, checking price on ships, going to your friend's ships, all of that into the 45 minutes of menus. You might like it now. You will grow to hate it within a week. And that's what I'm saying is one of the biggest flaws of this system is that it will take situations that you liked, mechanics that you liked, and then overplay them and give you nothing else to do but those mechanics that you already kind of like a little bit. That's the #1 way to get you disliking them, because that's the only thing you're logging into the game to do. Because you're gonna be done with your factory, done with the exploration, done with the combat. You don't want to do another quest for 15 fucking oral barrels. You're just gonna leave that one in the quest log. It can stay. Maybe when I'm desperate next year or something, I'll do that.
I do want to
quest.
mention one thing regarding this end game loop and stuff, because they will add events, right? You had an event in the beta that was your typical, photography event, like to take pictures. Like,
Yeah.
we literally had that as well. All the classic
But
stuff.
I'm saying they wove that into the dailies too, bro. The Wu Ling
yeah,
region has a
yeah,
photograph.
yeah.
Okay,
I
bro,
actually did that,
You want to know what one of them was? You got to get on the raft.
And then take a picture of the
raft ride
fish.
takes 2 minutes. You got to take one photo on the 2-minute raft ride, and you can't TP out. You can't cancel the raft ride. So once you're done taking the photo, you just got to sit there for a whole minute.
Oh.
Waiting for the raft ride to end. You can't TP out. You just sit
Yeah,
there.
that's stupid. I complained that literally yesterday. Yeah.
It's just, that's the stuff. Bro, that's the daily. You're on a 2-minute raft ride. You can't escape.
I didn't
just-
realize
you
you
just
couldn't
sink 2
escape.
minutes
I actually,
watching
Yeah, you can
water
TP
fight.
out of it. Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
can
actually
TP
You
was-
can't TP out.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I was actually genuinely like, I took the picture and I was like, oh wait, where does this raft go? And then I kind of just let it happen. I was chilling. I think I just got lucky
obviously,
though.
right?
That
But that was my last daily I did for the day. I had already done all the other dailies, and then I found that one. I'm just sitting here in 2 minutes, and I'm like, I just spent an hour in menus, and this is like the one time I get to go into the overworld, and I literally can't do anything.
You get to go
Yeah,
on a boat
actually-
ride.
I would like to add one thing regarding the dailies, right? Because they market this game, the way they do, but a lot of elements don't feel like your typical gacha game, because a lot of gacha players, people who play these gacha games, expect it to be, not to take so long to do the dailies or stuff, because they also play this type of games precisely because they don't have as much time necessarily. But then this game has a lot of these features that can take a lot of time, and I think that's also disconnect.
I think
Yeah.
it's the fact that they're
others.
taking a lot of time, and they're
Yeah.
not even slightly, I mean,
Engaging or
this is the
fun,
least offense possible.
necessarily,
Like a like mentally disabled toddler could do these dailies. They require no, they don't even require. I think if you have a pulse, you can do these dailies.
Absolutely.
They're so low brow, low commitment, low brain power. Like, the only way to make them possible is to watch something on the side while you're doing the dailies in the background, because they're so brain off, brain
And that's
dead.
why they should be faster as well, because what's the
And
point
so-
to extend
Yeah,
it
make 'em
anyway?
quick.
Besides
It makes you wonder, why aren't half of them automated? Bro, one of your dailies involves just selling your stock. You're infinitely growing stock because they don't generate enough bills to ever buy you out. So you're just constantly at a full stock of sellable goods. And part of your dailies just includes emptying people out. And at that point, where you have more goods than they can buy, how is that not automated? You have more than they could buy.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
You
like
still gotta manually do it.
I genuinely feel like a lot of these things will be probably automated
yeah,
in the future.
I feel like this is something that
as a devs list and
they should
marketing
fix.
moment.
Yeah.
Probably. That's
Hey,
generally what I think they're gonna
hopefully
do.
they do, because right
Yeah.
now, I'm showing my stream right now, brother. They can't afford my shit, dude. They literally can't afford my shit, and I'm still gonna have to do this tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like, and this is maybe just a me thing, but I said this towards the start. I think Enfield might be like I play it for 1 week when the new patch drops, get my factory set up in the new area, and then probably if I'm not interested in the character, I just won't bother with the dailies. And I think that's probably the game it will turn into. And in a way, I think that's okay. But on the other side of things, it's just it could be so much more.
I guess what really throws me off about your way of playing LG is the fact that there's no pity carryover, and you're gonna need the 120. I think the way that you're playing works in Hoyo and Wuwa, because you can just come in, and then the patch that you come back, you can just
Or if
drop
you
your
swipe.
pulls and then hope. You can just drop your pulls and then feel good. Maybe you'll get them, maybe you won't. And if you don't, then you can just grind the actual patch that you returned from and get it. If you do that in this game, you can just come back and then not even be able to pull the character that you came back for because of the
Yeah.
pity and the carryover and stuff. So it's Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
unless-
it works
unless you
in
just-
Hoyo games, that way of playing.
Unless I just hoard pulls, like incessantly hoard
Or you swipe,
pulls.
basically.
So you're
Or
gonna,
swipe, yeah.
so you're
Not
telling me you're
much
gonna hoard
choice.
pulls to 120, then go quit.
I don't think I'm pulling anyone this patch. Yeah, I haven't pulled, and I don't think I'm pulling.
So you're gonna build 120 pulls, then go quit.
Yeah.
Might
I mean,
as
I'm
well
not
just
quit.
swipe at that
I'm
point,
still
bro.
enjoying the game, and plus, like, we're still in 1.0. It's still honeymoon. They're gonna add endgame. I'm not quitting.
Honeymoon? What honeymoon?
Yeah,
What
I'm
is
just
it?
saying, like, when we get to like 1.3, 1.4, you know, if nothing interesting has happened and it expects so much from you daily, I'm not gonna do that much daily. Like, that's just the
fair, that's
reality
fair.
of it.
You're
Yeah.
gonna try to get to 120, find a good spot to park your car to take a break, and then come back when there's somebody you like,
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
or like a big update to the game that fixes stuff.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think that's a fair approach.
I
to it,
really
for
like
sure.
the game. Like I hope that doesn't happen. I hope I have enough reason to continue playing it over time. But like yeah, like realistically, I think if the dailies take this much from you, it's probably just not worth the time.
I plan on just uploading a video that shows how long your dailies take to do, and I think the actual time limit on my stream is actually over 40 minutes.
That's kind of impressive.
And this is the thing. I'm playing the whole time. I'm like locked in and playing the whole time. It's not like I'm out here just like goofing around, bro.
It adds up, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, at least if it was like if it felt more meaningful content like these dailies, but it doesn't. It's just like it feels like time wasting chore most of the time. much.
Just
And you wanna know why?
quickly run. So
Yeah.
you do your stocks, you do the daily mission for the day, you spend your sanity, you run around and get all the recycling center upgrades.
The cabins,
that's
the space
optional,
station, the
depending on
clues,
if you wanted
credits.
I don't. You're gonna crash out if you do the recycling center shit.
You need to do gifts as well. You've forgotten the gifts because it's also limited per day.
Oh my god!
It's limited per day, yeah,
Yeah,
and it gives
'cause
character stats that you need to unlock.
You gotta gift one gift to everybody every day for maximum efficiency.
I think it's like 5. You can give up to 5 per character.
No,
per
no,
day
but
or
then you
something
lose
like.
efficiency on
Yeah,
the
you do,
gifts
you
if
do,
you
you do,
give
you
too
do.
much of them at once, right?
True,
It has
true,
like
true.
the
So, yeah,
green happy face and the yellow one and the red one.
Maximum waifu love gain from one
Yeah, you
gift per
can't
day.
you can't love bomb them, bro.
So you
can
can,
Yeah,
yeah,
right,
exactly.
got it,
It's
got
so
it.
weird,
At a
right?
time.
It takes so much time, yeah, because you have to do like once per day if you want to max it out efficiently.
Two of
Yeah, I'm
my
just saying,
chatters
they
have just
added,
said
like-
it's
like,
actually
that's-
3 gifts per day, by the way. They're
okay,
in deeper
sorry,
than
yeah.
me. Mod traffic 07. Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
another thing to add onto like the list of tasks, and it becomes so there's so much and it's so meaningless, and you just care so little because it moves the dial absolutely nothing at all, like all these things, but it just feels like you need to do something every day, and it just becomes so much that
I
like
wouldn't say it's just meaningless. I would say it's like straight up designed in a way to just make you play
Waste your time.
longer. Yeah, because like, why can't I give 5 gifts at once? Why it has to be like 1 per day?
yeah, that's
Like,
fair.
why do you have that stupid
it's
like
not
things like this makes you think. It's just extra padded time.
it's not meaningless. It's a potentially good feature designed in a way to waste as much of your time as possible.
Yeah, they basically pad your gameplay by making it like that.
That's actually true, right? Because why do zip lines exist? It's because they added rare materials and the depots to the game. I genuinely think zip lines feel absolutely useless in this game unless you're doing the depots or gathering rare mats. That's all
Speaking
it
of-
feels like.
Yeah, speaking of ziplines, in the beta, like the constructs from other players, there were so many more. Like in the beta,
Yeah,
I never had to
I remember
create
that.
a zipline, ever.
I-
Now I
I-
actually have to make them.
Yeah, I feel like I was able to go and get my resources with like other people's zip lines pretty much all of the time.
Everywhere it was,
Yeah,
yeah. All
but
it was everywhere.
yeah, in game now, yeah, it feels like they've way toned that down, so you actually have to build your own zip lines.
Yeah.
Although
Unlucky.
I haven't. I've built like 4 or 5.
Oh, ALG,
same.
you're gonna want a seppuku once you start doing the FedEx deliveries. I suggest you start building them now. You will
I've done
start.
a-
You will be internally screaming.
Yeah, I've done a couple of those, but yeah, like, yeah. Anyway, we'll have to look forward to, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
I guess the thing is, kind of like, bro, there's not going to be a lot of people that are in our position right now because it takes a massive amount of fucking play time to get there, right? So I wouldn't be surprised at all if like the takes that we're having at the moment, though I am looking at my friends list and there's a lot of people in my position, right? So maybe the number of people like us are much larger than we thought. I'm just hoping that like this becomes like the general take across the community, but I also don't know how it isn't, because to have to basically, right, have our take in response to like this call or what we're saying, you need to be playing the game. And if you're still playing the game right now, you are a very dedicated player. Let's just say that if you're still playing right now. And if you're a very dedicated player, you likely have all the same misgivings that are being talked about in this call. Because I'm just going to be real here. I don't think any of us are lying. I don't think any of us are like sugarcoating it. I don't think any of us are like minimizing any of the issues. It is what it is. And I do have to say, this endgame loop, and I think I said it before, it feels like the worst one I've ever seen in a game, or in a 1.0 before. It doesn't feel like a game once you get here.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not quite there yet. Like I feel like I'm still in the fun phase right now.
You're still in the fun phase because you have stuff left
phase.
to build. You have stuff left to build and stuff left to collect. But once you're done past like the development phase and you're just in like the running the business stage,
I personally think they will fix probably some of this stuff, hopefully by 1.1.
I hope
especially the padded time gameplay. Maybe on launch they kind of wanted to pad the time so people get to quote unquote play more of the game or something, and maybe they tone it down later. I don't know. It's kind of like it's so weird.
I think in retrospect, maybe it's because they knew how weak the end game was. They knew how weak the end game loop was, and part of it was like extending the play time until people got there, so that it was kind of like, you know, hidden until you're already kind of committed.
And speaking of endgame loop, very quickly, didn't the technical test have an actual kind of like a spiral abyss weekly resettable endgame mode?
I don't know, but that sounds like something this game should have.
I believe it had. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys in the chat. I believe technical test had something like that.
You're gonna have to ask Cookie Kaze or Tobero for that one. Yeah, apparently only like 1,000 people got into the technical test.
I watched that video. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Like 1,000. So yeah, I don't know if we're ever gonna get the answer to that. That's a very low number.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe they'll do something. I don't know, but I feel like also you still have some people in the community who are like. They rather have something that's different as long as it's not the mainstream popular thing, even when the mainstream popular thing is actually could be better. Good or better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's so weird.
You got all the contrarians. Yeah, I feel like there's just naturally going to be, and this is the thing. I genuinely think that half the people defending this game don't even play it online and like making those posts and making those comments, because genuinely, if you are playing it to this level, I don't see how you're at least experiencing like 50% or more of these. If like, unless you're not actually playing the game.
Yeah, because
that's my genuine take.
I literally saw some people comments who were like, I rather have XY system that's actually worse for you as a player, as long as it's not the mainstream gacha or whatever. And like, I will never understand that type of thinking.
I think
like why do something that's like goes against your interest, like of the game being better for you, you know?
For some weird reason, like
unless if you don't play it, like he says. Yeah, I don't know.
I think like psychologically people want to defend the way that they're spending their time, and I think that's where some of that comes from. But I think
this game takes a lot of time to play.
This game takes a lot of
time. It's like it's just sunk cost, right?
Yeah, and you want to kind of say like, oh, I'm spending my time on something that is valuable and useful, and I like doing this, and you kind of get into a pattern of like telling yourself that, and then you start like externalizing that. And I think I get that completely, but I also think as well like it's valid to criticize with a view to saying, hey, look. These are all things, like everything that we've talked about today on this call has been like, these are all things that like are valid critiques of the game. And we're all still here because we're all playing it and enjoying it. And like, I would just, I'd love to see them turn this ship around, fix the gacha, add a few more interesting combat characters, fix that endgame loop. Like like honestly, it would literally be the best gacha on the market. I'm not capping.
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's
they
the part
did.
that a lot of people are pissed about.
Yeah.
There's so much potential here. There's so many small things that just make so much stuff feel really bad. And you know those small things are driven entirely by like publishers or like greed or something like that. And like you know
Yeah.
that's where it's from. And you're kind of just like, man, if like you I feel so bad for all the work being done by like the programmers, like the game design team, the world design team, all of that. Maybe not the people that designed Valley 4, they can go fuck themselves, right? But like the people that like design
Lamau.
Ling, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for the art team, except the people that made the splash arts because they look like shit. But the people who made the models, like kudos to you, right? It's like stuff like those where you know there's a fuck ton of work being put in. This is one of the best looking, if not the best looking gacha game ever released.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, totally.
to just have it all soured by like just such, I've called it the gacha dark ages. Half the mechanics in
Yeah.
this game feel like we're going back in time, but then like everything else in the game is like modernized, right? And it's just such a like, it's painful. It's just painful to see because you know this would have been so much better if it wasn't ruined by greed.
Yeah, I agree. Especially somebody like I was a day one Aragnites player. I used to play the game for almost a year. I was expecting quite a lot for this game personally. I was much more glazing before the beta came out and much more hopeful. But then as I got to play the beta, I played it 80 plus hours. I kind of got to learn a lot of these things. And it does feel it's very straight up like greed, arrogance. I think arrogant, you know, like they're being also kind of like arrogant.
Yeah, arrogance.
Yeah, arrogant. Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. They're confident by if you anybody who played Final Fantasy 14, you remember the original one, how it used to be out of touch, designed and
Oh
made.
yeah, then
'Cause
they had
did
to do a realm
they did a
reborn.
realm
Yeah,
reborn,
yeah,
was
yeah.
saying a lot.
That's kind of what it feels like. Some things here are very like out of touch and inspired by their older game, which doesn't make sense in this day and age.
I hope Hypergriff gets humbled so badly, just in terms of like either revenue or performance or
Yeah.
like player fall off or reach. I genuinely desperately hope that there's like a alarm bell going off somewhere. I view the three surveys, I personally view three surveys in 1 week as one of the alarm bells going off. And that's
Yeah,
why I
that's
still
what
remain
surveys are.
hopeful
that's
every
not
single
normal.
time, right? Because the surveys, I think they've gotten slightly different and they have sort of added new questions, but they're like woven into the chains. I think I noticed that by like the third day, there were a couple more questions on monetization. I don't know if you guys like noticed that. I feel like I got like some different ones. I don't know, though. It might have just been like branching options depending on what you selected. So it could just been literally the same exact survey twice. But there's like, they know exactly what's wrong with the monetization. They know exactly what's wrong with the progression. They know that sanity could probably be doubled. They know the yields could probably be doubled. And the thing
Absolutely.
is, there's literally a post on the main subreddit. And I've already made like a video on it now that I think about it. There's a post on the main subreddit, and it literally shows that a character, to get them from level 1 to 90, just experience, takes like 12 days and 9 hours. And remember, they need all the mats for like promotion. They need all the mats for their skills. They need all the mats for like their 80 to 90 upgrade as well. And those sanity costs aren't factored in.
How much does it go in Vuva or a Hoyo game? I don't remember. on
Well,
top of
in
my head.
WoWa, I don't remember the last time I did a training because the game just shits out EXP potions and events for you.
Yeah. So
I legitimately don't remember I don't even think people factor in stamina costs to level things up in WoWa because you get so much stuff for free. Like the
Yeah,
events just straight up give you enough for like a character and a half every patch.
Yeah, maybe like they change here. I know it's a bit copying, but maybe for the events compared to beta, maybe they will kind of like give more from events these resources or something. But I don't know, man.
I
Probably
mean,
just
I looked at
copying,
the,
but would be nice.
I think the fact that you had the login, the launch login, right, which gave all of these rewards, and you can't even build a whole team off of them, is kind of indicative that this will have nothing.
Could
That's
have
my
nothing.
take. The 14-day launch rewards don't even give you enough to build a single team. Not even one character. I don't even think it gives you enough for one character. I think it gives you like 3/4 of a unit.
Yeah, you do kind of get bottlenecked with credits relatively quickly when you're building your team as well. That was also the issue I had in the beta. when
Yeah, I think
building
it's just the
teams.
fact that the progression is completely fucked no matter what you do. If you're free to play, like I mentioned before, right, pulling for Levy, going to 120, you will have spent, right? Unless you're like Razors, you're using a fucking level 20 Perlic or some stupid shit like that. That's not my fucking recommendation if you're
don't do it, guys. It's really boring.
It's just what you're gonna use a level 20 piece of shit for like the entire game. Nah, dude. But like if you're gonna level up your initial team to get to 120 pity, great. By the time you get Levy and her weapon, you don't have enough fucking resources to even do anything with her. So you feel like you even like I don't know. I kind of feel like I wasted my time. Because it's like, I can't even do anything anyways, so it's just like, what am I doing with these polls? What am I doing with all this?
I think they should
that's
kind of
like another road gap that people get into, and they just don't have fun.
I think the story should give like probably more resources as well, besides the pools, to build the characters as you progress through the story more.
Well, I guess maybe that's when we're going to get to the next impetus, right? We got to start doing all of those stupid-ass quests that give us 10 fucking Oro Barrel just to get EXP, boys. Hey,
Didn't
that might
I
be where
hear
we're
something about the simulations? You can get all the Aura Barrel for that, like, you can just get that, or is that in, or is that coming?
Yeah, the simulations you can get it with a one press button now. You don't even have to do them. You can just press a button and you'll claim them all.
Well, that's a good.
We're also gonna have soon events.
In total, it's like one poll though. So
yeah, I mean we'll have soon events, so we'll see how they're gonna do with the polls, specifically character resources through the events, because I feel like the events could make it or break some of these things, specifically for character resources. Who knows? Maybe they change their mind based on the service and they kind of give like more resources through events or something.
Yeah, maybe they just have like an emergency event or something that occurs in this patch. But this is the thing. I genuinely think that a change needs to happen by Gilberto's banner. Like, not even 1.1. I think by Gilberto's banner. And if they don't have something by her banner after 3 surveys, isn't that just optically also a fucking disaster?
I think it is, but I think we're probably expecting too much for it to happen for Gilberto's banner. Look, I'm with you. There are things that they could change.
Basically,
but realistically, I just don't see it happening by Gilberto's banner. Like, I think honestly, if they made some changes by Gilberto's banner, not everything, but like if they made some changes, you know, maybe to the endgame loop, maybe to a couple of other bits and bobs, maybe not necessarily even addressing the thing that we probably talked about the most, which was the gacha. Like, but if they made some changes on Gilberto's banner, I think that would be a huge W. But I think realistically we have. Go on.
Oh, sorry. You can finish yours.
I was going to say, realistically, any major changes, we're probably waiting till 1.1.
Okay. Now that you said, because I was going to illustrate a situation where even a whale wouldn't want to pull. Think about it this way. You've been like whaling and stuff, right? Or maybe you're like a mid-low spender.
Yeah.
When you know you can't build a unit, are you even going to like think about, I think there are legitimately going to be people that would have built Gilberta or like would have built Yvonne, but will skip because they don't have the resources to build their teams. Like, there are probably gonna be some people where it's like they built out the physical team and they built out the Levy team, and they might have the resources, they might have the spending to get Yvonne, but they don't want to because then they know, oh, now I'm gonna have to raise Zaihi, I'm gonna have to raise a Fluorite, I'm gonna have to raise Last Right 2 on top of that. And it's just like, bro, the cost is prohibitive.
Actually, now that you mentioned this specifically for spenders, you've seen the stamina refresh situation, how much it costs to refresh stamina, right?
Wait, how much does it cost to refresh stamina?
Wait, is it like expensive to get sanity?
Oh, yes. Oh, boy.
How expensive?
Oh, yes?
It's only 40 sanity for one origiometry, and then it gets much more expensive, like 2, 4, and it's always fixed 40
Remind
stamina.
me, the origiometry is 75 or a barrel, right?
Yeah. So basically, you spend 1 for 40 sanity, then eventually, like after a couple of tries, it becomes 2, and then it goes to 4, or even more. I didn't go never in the beta past 4, but it's always fixed 40 stamina. It's not like 100 stamina, like in some.
It's not even that much, man.
Yeah, you're refreshing 40 stamina. Yeah.
It's only the premium currency, right? You only get this from the exploration, the fucking collecting little radioactive circles, right?
And it's only 40 stamina as well. Hard fixed on 40 stamina. Which is it's so bad for whales too, in a way, for the farm.
That's so like I think from like a whale perspective and a low mid spender perspective,
if you buy
it needs
pots,
to change.
I suppose, yeah.
I legitimately think people are just gonna skip banners, not because of the fact they can't get the characters, because they wouldn't be able to level anybody or use anybody. The cost is
Possible,
actually
yeah, but
prohibitive for that sanity at that point. I would just not whale because it's a terrible fucking deal. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, for whales, it's kind of like I would say the system for whales is very scuffed. Like you probably know the 240 token dupe thingy. Like it's very expensive if you're pulling like a P2 character, right? Specifically the guaranteed, it gets very expensive. I don't think it's that like I don't thankfully you don't need it right now. I don't think hopefully we'll never need it. But if this game would ever pull any stunts, like, you know, oh, you want like a baseline weapon, some P1 dupe, you know, like E1 Tribune HSR type of shit, with this gacha system, you're cooked. If they ever did like that, plus like she'll end the game. If they did a
Yeah.
combination of that, oh
Some
boy.
some
Yeah.
early sequence nodes or dupes are incredibly fucking strong.
Oh, yeah,
one
they are,
example,
yeah.
One example that I want to show you that looks actually broken is Pog's P1.
Oh, is it
just
really good?
increases the SP that he regenerates.
Oh.
It
That's like
straight
the
up
main thing he
increases the
does.
SP he regenerates by 15.
Yeah, it's very good. Like I actually
don't
called
actually
out
know.
this even before like the beta started because people had like early access stuff, and I saw the dupes from like Korean servers, and I made video like that. These dupes are very sus, and a lot of people back then were very defensive about it. Like, nah, this is not that. It's not the worst, but like I see the blueprint. They can easily push it in a way where it becomes really bad if they want to do it.
And
It's definitely there.
And Ardelia's P1 being the worst thing in the game is genuinely hilarious because 20% of this game's players will get Ardelia on the New Horizons banner.
They get her
Like,
on the
that's
banner
also
after getting
Actually,
it for
thing.
free.
I have a
just like-
complaint regarding Free Ardelia. I know this is gonna be wild, including her weapon. Why did they not give us a selector instead?
No, that's not a complaint. It's a valid, or it is a complaint. It's a valid one.
Yeah, but
Because
some people
if
were
your-
defending
If your
this.
banner's random, you should get a selector. The
Yeah,
banner
because-
should be the selector, or one of them needs to be the selector. You can't have one be defined and the other random because you might randomly get the one that you already got.
Yeah,
And people
that
just
actually-
re-rolled because they
yeah.
got Ardelia.
That
Yeah,
did
I think
happen
it's
to me
useless.
in the beta, and I couldn't re-roll because it was locked, and I was like,
Yeah,
I was very frustrated.
yeah, I think. And I
That's
actually
why
did
you only play the
complain
game for
about
one
that,
day, bucko.
and some people were not happy about that one. They're like, "What do you mean? It's free. It's great." I'm like, "Yeah, but how about they just give selectors so you can choose and not overlap by by being unlucky, basically."
Yeah. I
So
guess
it's sort of
it's it's stuff like that where it wouldn't have taken the company anything to fix it and just make it better, and it
Yeah,
just makes
yeah,
you wonder
yeah.
why they decided to just fuck 20% of the players in the ass.
Also,
That's just what happened. It is what it is. There's no explanation. There's no reasoning
Yeah.
for it. They just did it.
Also, the craziest thing about the Ardelia not being the selector is that she's probably like the most universally good of the standard characters because you can kind of put her anywhere and she'll buff and she'll heal.
Yeah.
Like, so the advice would have been on the selector to probably use it on Ardelia unless you want to run like the Mono Fizz team and you want Lifehang and Pog or
or
do you know what I
unless
mean?
if you already got Ardelia, then obviously we choose something else.
Yeah, or you got like
you would just simply wait until you hit the 40,
Yeah.
then decide with your selector what to do afterwards, which
Yeah.
is just normal gameplay. It's not anything too crazy, but they just didn't want to allow that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, like it's just it's crazy that she's actually really good as well. But like the people who get her twice and her P1 is basically nothing. Like they're just it's just going to unnecessarily piss people off who probably would have picked her anyway if they didn't already have one copy of her. Crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think we're all on the same page when it comes to this entire thing. And I guess the last topic that we have right now is just, I mean, we already talked about the end game, but I think they need to add it soon because there's literally nothing for somebody to do in this game. Like, it is so puzzling to me that they don't even allow us to bang our head against like a hard end game stage just to like see our account making progression as we continue our farming, continue our leveling up, continue our gear artificing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That
like
to
I
me is one
said-
of like the biggest motivators is slowly seeing my clear times get better, but there's nothing to even do.
There is the monument thingy, umbral monument that they will probably add very soon, which should be a permanent thingy. But it's not resettable, right? Like you could still kind of retry it, try to get a better timer, but I don't think this is the greatest solution. It's at least something you'll have, but yeah, they definitely have to cook with this one. And hopefully they give us like a resettable mode or something where you actually feel like ALG said, where it's more meaningful for the characters you paid, pulled, whatever, that you actually have something to use this stuff for, right? Because you have nothing for use to use it, then what's the point for a lot of people who do like the combat? And yeah, it's kind of weird situation, basically.
I don't know. I actually like the combat in this game.
Yeah, I like
That's
it
the
too.
thing-
It's
that's
very
the thing that
chill. Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's
At one
actually,
point I
like, one of
did, but you know.
Yeah.
one of my favorite things to do is to like press like have like 5 combo skills lined up and then like press them at certain parts in the slow-mo at like the pace that I want. Like it's just fun having like the ability to like kind of like chain them together like that, and it actually feels very good from that perspective. But like, bro, how do they fuck it up by not letting you do any of it once you finish the game?
Yeah, like I said, like you said, basically Dark Ages, outdated design. Old gachas kind of were also like this, where you didn't really have this type of resettable endgame on launch or immediately on launch, and they just kind of added it later at the time. So they probably will add something, but it might be too late for a lot of people by then, because not everybody's necessarily gonna wait. They're gonna be like, I build the characters, and what now? Like you do those dailies, base building, all that stuff, and then you're like, where do you get to use my characters? You know, like I pulled X, Y, Z. I like the gameplay, the team, but where do you use it? And I think that's gonna bore a significant amount of players who do wanna play something, like have content to use their units. Because if you come from like any of the Hoyo games, Vuva, whatever, people who engage like with the combat, they like the combat. They have a place to, progress and see how you do, like how you improve over time or build your characters. Like you have a point of progression and fulfillment. And I feel like
And
this
that's
is
just not there.
it's missing. And I don't
It's
know
not there.
who greenlit this, especially when, from as far as I know, the technical test had an actual resettable endgame.
I'm gonna
So
be real.
why would take it away?
You're right. Somebody, I feel like, needs to be either fired or like
Absolutely,
reassigned
bro.
somewhere else after the like following the release of this game, because it literally feels like they were not capable in their job.
Definitely not
'Cause-
the Yostar excuse this time around.
Yeah, because it's published by Griffline, bitch.
Yep.
You're Griffline, bitch. Right? So it's like you can't even like use like the publisher fucked us. You're the publisher. You
Maybe-
fucked this.
Yeah, it's not like
by
they
the way, some
pushed it
chatter
out.
said
I mean,
maybe combat is not the focus, but why do you monetize combat then by character gacha if combat is not the focus?
factory
Hey,
gacha.
they're
imagine.
gonna hear that and find a way to monetize the factory, bro.
Yeah.
Stop fucking talking.
All right,
okay?
sorry.
Can
Yeah,
you just like shut the fuck up real fast, please?
Sure. My
Um,
bad.
Maybe to play devil's advocate ever so slightly, like maybe there was pressure from the top of Griffline to kind of push this out. I mean, we have already talked about like the development team clearly care about this game. Like the factory system is fun as fuck. Like the character designs are great. Like there's some like people have done really good work on this video game, and maybe there was pressure to like get it out by a certain date, and which is almost definitely true because the end game is coming soon, you know. So
Yo, ALG, I just want to address somebody in your chat because I can see it.
okay, who is it?
Somebody, Anon48 asked, huh? Arc Knights launch with absolutely no end game until CC. Are you even playing Arc Knights? This is how I'll respond. There's like an analogy. So basically, like about 500 years ago, like 50% of infants died right after being born. And nowadays, the infant mortality rate is like much lower. And so I don't care if Arc Knights back in like 2015, whenever it released, had no end game when it launched. Brother, this is a game released in 2026. It should have an end game on launch.
I can actually
Like-
translate this very quickly as well. He meant contingency contract, and that was released several months later into the release of the game. So the game came in 2020 January, and that shit, I believe, it came around the summer time. So of 2020. So it was like you had to wait a long time for that
Like
contingency
8
contract.
months for the end game.
I think
Yeah.
it was. I think it was like half a year or some shit. Yeah, it was quite a while. I think it was over the summer. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I might misremember. It was 6 years now almost, but it
We
was like a
can't-
significant time.
We can't normalize delaying the
I
end
know.
game for 10 months after the game releases. Is like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm pointing out, because a lot of people like to bring it. But yeah, this is how they did it in Arknights. But
That's
that
how they
game
did it in Arc
is 6
Knights.
years old. 6
Yeah,
months.
that was
sorry, 6
probably
years old,
okay
yeah.
back in 2019. That was pre-Genshin, right?
Yeah, and
like,
yeah,
Yeah,
this was
if it was
all
pre-Genshin,
pre-Genshin era.
sure.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
pre-Genshin era. Yes,
The space
this is
has
basically
clearly changed.
pre-Genshin era. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, in this day and age, players in 2026 expect different things. You know, the market has moved. You kind of have to do that. Just like I mentioned earlier, Final Fantasy XIV, when the original, the devs were out of touch. They did like an MMO that was out of touch for the current audience. It didn't resonate with them.
yeah.
And
It was
apparently,
outdated,
contingency contract is also not even a resetting end game. It's like seasonal, like the one you were talking about, right?
And also,
It's seasonal, like the Umbral Monument.
it also doesn't give gems, as far as I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't think contingency contract gives gems. But it did not used
So
to give gems.
That's
back
the
in
same
day,
as
right?
those modes you showed us earlier with like the survive the gas stuff. So
Yeah,
That would
I
be in
believe
line.
It doesn't give.
Call
It
that something
doesn't.
else?
There you go. Yeah.
Can we call that something else, please? I like.
I'm sorry. That's how they call it. Like
Survive the gas.
I don't feel comfortable ever
Oh,
saying the phase
I
survive. Like I don't even want to say it. Like
I know. Just say toxic pull. I don't know. Toxic rope.
just make sure that they. I hope they just release with a new fucking name. By the time that comes out, that
Yeah.
one is that. Make it like Glacio and just make it like Freeze or something like that, and you're taking
Yeah,
cold
yeah.
damage, bro. Like that. It's not that hard to like to make it go like
Yeah.
that. I guess we just gotta wait and see. This is like obviously there's a lot of speculation, but it seems like they're following the OG Arknights a lot more than we might have actually thought before.
I would say inspired. A lot of inspiration from it, instead of like modernizing things of what people expect today. And I believe even players from CN and so on, not lots of them are not happy with this stuff, right? Because you saw the top reviews, right? There has been a narrative with the top reviews, specifically before the launch of the game, like in the beta. There used to be a narrative where like people downvoted it or whatever, however you call it, because it didn't get into the beta or whatever. But now, post-launch, you do see quite a lot of people, who do have issues with this, and they just leave their reviews and everything, right? So, yeah.
Pretty much every region is not particularly happy with the game. That's why the game had like below 3 or around low 3s.
I think it jumped up, but
everywhere.
it could be some botting or something. Yeah.
It basically between days 1 and 3, there were around 10,000 reviews for some of them. Between days 3 and 6, some of them went up to 30,000 reviews. And also their score went up massively as well. So they got more reviews from days 3 to 6 than days 1 to 3 of a newly released game. When do the most reviews for something happen? Probably in the first couple of days of it coming out, right? I don't feel like a lot of people
Absolutely, yeah.
decide to, especially in twice the volume, decide to start leaving reviews after they played for like 4 or 5 days. Seems a little bit off. That's why I'm saying I think the results are a bit. I'm just gonna be honest. I think they're a bit manipulated, and
Fair,
when
yeah.
people see some of the 5-star reviews that are getting spammed, they're like, "Oh, these look like they're written by AI," and they're all saying the same thing. So it's like that's like kind of like stuff that's going on right now, and it feels like there's more of a focus on making the issues not that apparent versus fixing them.
Oh
But
yeah,
it's
the
also
PayPal
like,
thing. Oh boy.
I mean, obviously, right? They still haven't taken responsibility for the PayPal thing or really given official compensation for it.
They made
Actually-
a statement, but they didn't say sorry. They kind of
actually
just
wanna
admitted.
say
They
one-
kind of
Like,
just said
sorry for
something
the
happened.
inconvenience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
wanna
sorry for the
mention-
inconvenience.
Yeah, some people are actually defending this. I noticed as well. That like, oh, but they kind of they kind of refunded the players who were affected by it, but they say it's okay, they didn't compensate. Like you have some
Like
people.
PayPal is still disabled, is it not?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
as-
isn't it just? Don't you just deserve compensation if PayPal was the main way you paid for stuff and you can't use it in this game?
Yeah,
Like that
But it-
alone is enough. Is worthy enough of compensation. Like that. Like it is not that hard to recognize.
yeah. I think
So-
other gachas probably give you like a selector or something because they
Some
get like
banks, some banks blocked Hypergriff after the PayPal thing.
Oh, what?
Did they?
PayPal
That's
might have
news.
blacklisted them.
Ooh, I don't know
PayPal
about
might be
that.
disabled forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
That's what
I'm
some people are
honest,
saying.
you couldn't pay me to put my payment information into this game at this point.
Carry. But yeah, basically, it was a weird situation, and I think also the PayPal situation kind of showed us how stingy they are, and they don't wanna. Because if this is one of the worst things that happened in any gacha game launch I personally have seen, like really, really bad, and if they don't compensate for this, I feel like they will never really compensate you for anything. Like that's my vibe at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what I've been saying since the day it happened. We need to hold them
Yeah,
accountable. And if they don't, if this does get swept under the rug, basically nothing will ever happen in this game ever. But it seems like that's what happened. And unfortunately, I
Yeah.
do think it's going to get swept under the rug. And that's another reason why I'm very skeptical for 1.1 onwards. I think this game has like its own saga. And if anything, I think this game deserves its own documentary for how just absolute, like what
Oh,
a
yeah.
experience this 1.0 release was. Literally, I think there needs to be a case study done on this game because wow. I think it would get like millions of views. I'm not even joking because this has been almost unbelievable. What we've gone through over the past week.
Yeah, there's so many things they have to work on. I still think it's salvageable and they can do it because,
Yeah.
like we already established, we do enjoy the game a lot. I mean, we're plus level 50. I play the game relatively a lot. I do enjoy for what it is, but they just have to be like, less greedy to this extent and start cooking and fixing these
Like,
things.
guys, remember, this is all being said by players that like this game. This is all being said by players that have put in more hours than you have. Like,
Yeah, I played
unless
80
you're-
hours of beta alone.
Yeah. I have put in more than a work week into this game, and I can guarantee the only way you've played more than me is if you're also a streamer or you literally have no life. Like that is how much I have been playing this game, and that's how much Razor's been playing the game. Fuck ton off stream, like fuck ton doing all this stuff, right? And it's just we're not speaking here from a position of we want this game to fail. I'm just gonna be honest. Having Enfield on the streaming calendar, being able to like use this as like a game to like basically just like do just chatting with, but then also like cover, has been some of the most fun ever. Because it's actually a good game, and it wouldn't be fun to play this or stream this every day if it wasn't actually a good game. But I do think that right now it's getting managed in one of the worst, maybe not the worst way I've ever seen, but in a way that has me questioning whether or not it can be saved. I know it can be.
Absolutely.
They've sent out the surveys. They've done it. They asked the questions. It's all of that. But it feels like when Hoyoverse sent out that one Genshin survey where they asked, how do you feel about talent materials being locked behind certain days of the week? And then their radio silence on that for like a whole fucking year. Then their fix is unlocking the domain for the first week of a new banner.
Yeah, it's scuffed.
So they add FOMO to the quality of life. That's how they fixed it. And so, like, that's what I remember when a dev.
That's the approach we don't want
asked
in
a
Enfield,
survey.
basically.
Yeah.
And the Hypergriffs asked 3, and it's been the same questions each time, brother. So, we'll see. I think we're all just holding on to hope right now. But
Yeah,
this game becomes very hard to play once you get to a certain point. And Razor and I are there. ALG's about to get there.
Boot.
I would say 1.1 is probably gonna be make
Make
it
or
or
break?
break it for a lot of people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And I think it's actually going to be very similar to Wuthering Waves 1.1 as like a make it or break moment. And I think 1.1 was an amazing update. An
They
amazing
cooked, yeah,
patch,
it was very
malferment,
fun.
all of that. It's kind of like solidified the fate of the game and allowed it to succeed. I hope 1.1 for this game literally actually goes in and
Turns
I
it
hope
around,
the
yeah.
changelog is insane for like the gacha, the progression, the reward, sanity, all of that. I want to make a devs listen video. Do you think I made a devs listen video when I saw that recent set of patch notes? That looked like a beta patch note. That looked like a patch note you would have in the middle of the beta. So no, I said they fixed absolutely fucking nothing because they kind of did it. It was all bug fixes and then they did the tutorial thing, which is like great for new players because if you were playing, you already did all of them, so it's useless for you, right?
Yeah, speaking of
want to meet the devs
tutorials,
listen vid.
don't you have like a thing to skip tutorials now, like the base
Yeah,
building
you
tutorial?
just click the button,
Yeah,
and then it completes the
apparently so.
tutorial for you.
Yeah, I wish that was earlier because I wasted so much time.
Well, yeah,
Twice.
exactly, right? That's what I mean. It doesn't help anybody that's actually committed in playing the game because you've already
Yeah.
done all the tutorials by then, right? So it's literally just, all it does is impact new potential players. So it's just, I guess the thing is,
I mean, it's good
I
they
think this
did
was a
it
great
at
call.
least, so yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yes.
at like the 2-hour mark right now. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like actually gotta go.
No, that's all
Yeah,
right.
that's
I want to
fine.
wrap up, but you guys can keep talking if you want. I gotta
Mhm.
wrap up. Been an awesome chat. I think we
Yeah,
heard
it was great.
from a
Thank you
lot
for
of
having me.
great thoughts. Awesome. Like, there's a reason why I wanted these guys on for a follow-up call, and hopefully everyone here can see why.
Yeah. Yeah, positive call. Great call.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks for
It was
yeah,
fun,
thanks for the watch. It was
and
great.
I think 1.1 is definitely going to be the patch. We'll see what happens.
For sure.
I am hopeful they cook and we have a devs moment, like devs listen moment. Hopefully that happens.
I want it.
Yeah, basically, because the
Let's
game is
go.
fun. I've been enjoying it a lot.
Yeah.
Smile.
Wow.
Hey, we're ending it on a good note, boys.
All right.
Hey, fix it, Hypergriff.
Fix a hypergrowth. Anyway,
Yes,
yeah,
please.
that's a good call. Good call. See you later, guys.
There you go. Take
Awesome,
care,
guys.
LG.
Well, peace out.
Peace, peace.
Hang on, I'm just gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna leave the call.
Yeah, don't.
Oh shoot, I hung up on Razor. I don't know if Razor wanted to carry on yapping. That was good. I feel like that was good. I think that was a good talk. Don't forsake ZZZ for Enfield. Didn't you listen to what I said, man? I was like, yeah, Enfield is gonna be my like once every patch game because I'm not playing all of that stuff. I am not at the end game loop part yet. To be clear, I'm not at the end game loop part yet. But I have to say, if the end game loop does take as long as they say it does, that's too much, man. I ain't gonna do that. But I really enjoyed this. I did really enjoy this. I don't know if Razor still wants to yap. He hasn't ended. It does not. It's straight up misinfo. Okay, well, I couldn't exactly correct it because I actually haven't done it yet. I'm just disappointed Saint was here. He shits on ZZ and other gachas all the time and defends Tectone, bro. You should inform. I don't really have any interest in like other people's personal stuff. I have no idea what's going on with any of that. But also, I don't think it's crazy to talk to other gacha creators. Sometimes maybe Saintontas does do things for the love of stirring a little bit of drama, and sometimes it takes it maybe a little bit more on the critical side. But I don't think he was unreasonable here at all. For real. He was very passive aggressive, especially at the end when he said he played it way more than anyone else. I mean, he's definitely played it more than me. I can't really talk up and say I didn't. Yeah. Give it a call to Arknight CC. Well, here's the thing though, like Arknight CC's, like I don't know any of the Arknight CCs. It's a call between people who are gacha creators who know each other. Me, Saintontas, and Razor, we've talked before. We talked about Arknights before it came out, and we thought we'd talk again. If Kuki Kazi invited me to a call, I would say yes, 100%. I pretty much never say no to collabs. So don't come at me with it. Like. My door is open. Send some valid points while some were just person gripes, which were nothing burgers. Yeah, that's fair. If you have zip lines correctly, it's like 5 minutes a day. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Yeah, I mean the end game is coming though. The Dead Walk, the end game is going to be coming. Hang on. I'm gonna just reopen the game because I was trying to do my last node things. We'll get that done before the end of the call. All the Saint haters were quiet whilst he was on the call. I didn't see that much. Yeah, it seemed pretty chill in here, so I'm okay with that. It did seem pretty chill. So good work, boys. I don't know if mods had to do much modding, but if you were modding, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Why can't he be civil like he is in the call in his videos? I think sometimes here's the thing. He's playing the game. Like, the real talk is, he's playing the game. I made a video about Arknight's Enfield. Let me tell you. I made a video that was very neutral on Arknight's Enfield. And I said it was fantastic. You know, great game, but poor gacha system, or something like that. That's what I said, right? And it was a very neutral, balanced take. There were some really great things about Arknight's Enfield, but there's also some improvements. And guess what? It gets no views. Do you know what does get views? This shit is terrible and it needs to change. He's playing the game, but actually, like, you know, it is what it is. Saintontas, thank you for the raid. Yo, W raid. Welcome. We were actually just complimenting the call. It's all good. Welcome. Thank you for the follows, guys. Did we do shout out? I just need to do a little bit of my my daily stuff, by the way. Oh, a mod already did it. The mods are too quick, boys. The mods are too quick. Hello. People are tired of negativity. Let us enjoy our slot machine. Yeah, I know, but here's the thing. Like, we were actually just talking about how neutral takes don't get views on YouTube. But yeah, my neutral take on Enfield gets no views. Here's some good and here's some bad. But you know what does get views? This shit is so ass. And then you just talk about the gacha for 40 minutes. Like, that's what gets views. Your power seems to be having issues. It keeps dropping to 200. No, this is peak efficiency. All right, this is peak efficiency. All right, I have 2 battery farms set up, but only one of them is powering my grid. Only one of them is powering my grid. And watch this. It's going to kick back on. It kicks back on. And then this goes all the way back up to 100. This is peak efficiency for the batteries. Bro, your shit is cooked. No. It's peak. Trust me. This is peak. It doesn't need to be any better because it goes back up to 100%. And then I'm yielding the Wuling batteries, but I'm only wasting 1. Look at this. Look at that. This is great. You got like 1 Chironite a minute. Hey, I'm still early here, man. I'm working here. Look, up to 100, back down. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I need to... I was just saying... We want to unlock all of this shit. So I have never done one of these fights on my main account. I'm going to do it. Oh, no, wait. We're going to do this one. I've never seen the Wuling factory out of power. Yeah, that's because you're wasting batteries, dude. You only need 1. Need to get paid. If you see Skater, okay, we'll Reddit hating with it. But if I were CC, I wouldn't have, for example, of all the Woo-ah subreddit hating me. Well, I think some people are okay with it and some people aren't. I think for me, I would rather just have... I'd be okay with just having my balanced take out there. But some people are okay with just taking the heat. Hope your conservatory stuff is going to get better. Oh, hey Jimmy, it's not. But it's still not broken down. So yeah. I play this if the gacha wasn't so stingy because I'm in Woo already. No, that's fair enough, man. But thanks so much for the follows, guys. Much appreciated. I'm not really watching what I'm doing. There's no timer, by the way, so it doesn't matter. Oh, it might matter a little bit if I die. Oh. I actually do really want to try Satisfactory. I've been talking about doing it on stream. Rocking physical? Yeah, it's not, it's a little underbaked though. Got 1,000 hours in Satisfactory, very cool. Pog better not die here. Played a lot of Factorio. Factorio looks like it might be more my jam, actually. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Where the sheep at? Oh, they're gone. Adelia should have a Welsh accent. They do have some weird British accents in the game, which is bizarre, by the way. Oh, we're not doing anything else anyway. Ah, I should have just held it. Catcher might be the hidden gem of saving SP for vulnerable stacks. Really? What does the pan do? Unbelievable damage. Get out of the... Yeah, we're not going to get it in one stun, so we're going to have to do this twice, which is annoying. This is the first time I've done this on my account. Get him. Get his ass. Oh, fuck.
Don't go too far, Mr. Dowdy.
They contacted a UK-based company. Oh, man. I should be signed up with a UK-based company. Imagine if I could have VA'd. There we go. I mean, that was nice, but it's not doing enough damage. We're gonna have to go through another rotation. Oh no. Oh my. ALG voice pack when? Wanna hear a summer story? Oh, it's the I remembered as the little ones. I'm sorry.
Don't go too far, Mr. Dowdy.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done it. Without, you know, without the super account. So I didn't have the level 81 unlocked.
Once known, be dead.
Shit. His level 60 characters. I do, but I would have just gone into the 81 if I could have. Because there's no timer. As long as we don't die. Oh my god, he says that, nearly dead. We're just gonna have to use our Delia skill again. Fuck it, we'll live, we'll be fine. No, not again.
Once known, be dead.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he's dead. Last phase. Still got the stacks. Oh, but he moved. All right, here we go. Okay, just one more stun needed. Hit the target unlocking? Yeah, it's annoying as fuck. Get back here! Did he? Did he really?
Once known, be dead. Be gentle, Mr. Jelly.
Why is Pog standard unit when Yvonne's kit looks worse than his? Because Yvonne's a cute girl, bro. Pog's so good, it's actually crazy.
Wounded.
Every victory bears its
He's also a support. Yay! First time. Okay, now we get all the rewards. Are you not using the automatic heal capsules? I have some, I think, still in the factories in Wuling, but I haven't bothered. Hang on, where am I? Okay, so now we go to a new level. All right, let's go. Okay, this feels like where we should be. This feels like where we should be. So I feel like I'm back up to date. Should we look at the efficiency of my beautiful of my beautiful factory? Oh no. It's cooked. What happened? Oh. Okay, so the problem is we're not making the dense iridium powder fast enough. That's the problem. Yeah, so it's 3-to-1. Fucking hell. I have... Do I need 3 grinding units? Is that peak efficiency? It's 2-to-1 the sand leaf to that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Three grinders? Oh, kill me. Okay, so the other one is my battery plant, but that one is also sending me batteries as well. Let's check how many we got to sell. We are I did this just before stream, by the way, boys. Like I sold all of these before stream. So we are making them at a decent clip. There is method to what looks like insanity. AOG getting grinder? Shut up. I keep seeing this meme pop up, and I feel like I might do it with my partner. And you say like, "Oh, hey, I just saw your friend on Tinder." I might, I might do it because I think it would be funny. Right. So what I need then is we're making Buku de Shirenite. Look at that. Oh my god, look at how beautiful that is. Right, top view mode. Look at this. So this needs 2 and the water, right? In order to make... Oh, why are you clogged, man? Oh, right, yeah, because this is going too slow. Right. Okay, we'll get back to that in a minute. But this is good because we're making 2. We're making 2 of these. I mean, it's not particularly efficient with the space. It's not particularly efficient with the space, but in order to make this like actually work, we need triple inputs for this. So then we need 3 grinding units then? Oy, oy, oy. Where is the... I have a bus. Where's my bus? Where is the depot bus? Ooh, the depot bus. Because we could put one like here. And then we could work up 3 additional grinders here to go in there. Yeah. You place the buses yourself. Got it. Would that's not number of oh. Is it? I have one in the other. I have one in the other factory though. Okay. Yeah. I unlocked it at the other one, but I didn't unlock it here. That's my bad. I forgot. I guess the problem is though, like, hear me out on this one. Like, at the moment, we've got 2 lots of Originium going into 1 grinding unit. If we make 1 more Originium, like, if we do another grinding unit, it's not gonna go in. It's not gonna go in fast enough. Yeah, like if we look at our yields. It's, yeah, right now we still have a little bit more from the, like, this is the theoretical usage. So this is what should happen. Don't know why this is happening. Okay. Don't think you need 2 lines out of 1 grinding unit. It looks pretty. Yeah, it's only making 1. Yeah, you're right. It literally makes no difference. Why did I do that? Yeah, see, this makes sense. The 2 going in. That makes sense. Anyway. Okay. We do have some sandleaf production, though. So the sandleaf can come out of the depot bus. How much sandleaf are we producing right now? Oh, we're yielding so much. We're yielding so much. It's 190 per minute. I think you might be missing one. I think I am. Because if we look at the map, I don't have everything unlocked yet. Should I bother go? Should I do? Should? Oh wait, what's this? Oh, we could just do that right now, right? Does your Sandleaf Shredder have 3 things coming out of it? I think so. It's got 2 things coming out of it. Yeah, it's 3 to 1. Oh, goddamn. Stop clogging. Yeah, that's right. Right. Okay. This one's getting clogged as well. Oh, but we can get more out of this one. Bruh, what are you doing? No. Undo. We need an undo function, please. Please undo function. Yeah. Okay, right. So the Sandleaf production is going to be fine. The Originium production is going to be fine. We need to put 2 more grinding units, get them grinding, and get them going in. Let's, So 2 lots of Originium, and then we need to go and get that new Originium. But let's do the depot bus. Oh, wait, we need to place the other one. Place it like here. Peak Arknight's Enfield gameplay. Boys, I'm sorry. Am I being dumb? Am I doing things wrong here? Oh wait. I think I might need to make a few more. We need 3 outputs. Take it over 2.6. Boys, I do not want to talk about the idols. In case it wasn't clear. This is fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Shredding unit. Maybe we do it down here. Yeah, we want to the shredding down here. And then directly into a grinder. Oh, wait, we're going to need 6. We're going to need 6 outputs. You're definitely going to need to up your battery consumption. Okay, yeah, but this will be operating at peak efficiency. So we can put a battery bank here, and we won't be losing anything. All right? I'll tell you what, I'll do it now. See, look, now 1 out of 2 is going to go in the bank. Easy. Okay, so we need 3 more. Can we do another bus? Okay, Jurek. Yeah, thank you for the follows, everyone. Much appreciated. For 1 grinder, 2 shredders is enough. Yeah. But we need. Am I crazy? Do we like this is 3 to 1? This is 3 to 1. This is 3-to-1. For peak efficiency, we need more Originium. For peak efficiency, we need more Originium. That's the problem. Maybe we just go... Do we just start with 2? It would make it better if we had 2. Let's just do 2 in the interest of efficiency and not having the power go out every 30 seconds. In the interest of efficiency and not having the power go out. How about that? Give me another grinding unit. Put it like there. And then we'll run it round to there. This is not efficient at all. Like, this is not a good use of space. And then from here, we just go direct with the sand leaf. Beep. Okay, and then this... Oh, no. Ah! Originium and Originium. And then we have to check the theoretical yield and usage. And then in theory, we're now double packing. Them lights do be flickering. Nah, don't worry about this. This is fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It'll go back up. Oh, that's actually draining so quick now. I see, it's fine. No worries. Don't worry about it. It's easy. Okay, so with the increased efficiency, though, this thermal bank will just never go out. Right? Forgot to start sandleaf dust? Oh, you're right. Oh, that's capping out, man. Oh, wait. We also need power here. Okay, and now, okay, let's just see how efficient this is. Let's see how efficient this is. Once these bad boys get in here, the power just is going to stop going out. I promise the power is going to stop going out. Kind of want to see. Oh, also, how much of the Originium are now using? Okay, we need to go and farm the new Originium. We need to go and farm the other Originium. We have to go and get it now. Can I get there from here? How do I get there? Axatina, thank you for the follow. Do I have to run? Through there? You can't go through this bit, right? Shit. No teleports unlocked. Shh. How do I get there? There's a gap to the north. So what, I have to run the pylons through there? Oh wait, do you mean I have to go around? Like I have to go around up there? Surely not. So could you build this in Valley 4? Yeah, but not with the the batteries that are specific to this region. But you can build battery farms in Valley 4. I have a blueprint for some battery farms in Valley 4. Peak efficiency battery farms in Valley 4. They're somewhere. I put them on the Discord somewhere. I can find them if you want them. Or I can just... Yeah, let me know if you want them. I can find the blueprint. Wait, what? How the fuck do we... I meant to go up there? You could build in Valley 4, but you need to transfer the green stuff. Yeah, worry about the SC batteries in Valley 4. Merp. Is the power going out still? See? It's fine now. Because we got 2 lots of batteries.
These resources are really important. Let's try to gather more.
Well, I'm not going to make that. Are you not using Wuling cables? What the fuck are Wuling cables? What is this green stuff? Use the Wuling pylons? What are the Wuling pylons? These ones? Or these ones? They don't need to be connected by cables? What? They auto-connect? No. Only to other Zyronite ones? Oh no.
Shield guards, formation.
This is the face of someone who feels like they might have fucked up. Boys, do I need to rerun all of my cables with the Zyronite ones now? Well, I don't even have to run cables. I like the old ones. I like the cables. Whoa, 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 we were.
Once known, be dead.
Guess I can stop making my Wuling power lines. I guess so. I guess that's true. Fuck me. Oh no, that's so annoying, man. Hang on. I'm just thinking. So what I could do then... Oh no, I feel like I fucked this up, dude. So if I run the Zyronite ones... Can I get there from here? Reroll. Because then what I could have done, if it was difficult to get to this point, I could have just stuck a Zyronite thing on it, and then everything would have been fine. It's not getting me up there. Peak China Tech. Oh no, I feel so dumb. How do I get through here? Because I feel like I couldn't see a way to get here. Let me just see if it's like way easier from this angle. And I'm just being dumb. Ping cable shilling. For real, for real. Oh wait, what? Why did I just run past this as well? What's that? I want that. The red button. I swear, guys, I haven't explored for a fucking minute. I literally haven't been exploring at all. What is this? Oh, I don't want to fight. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Rip. So what? If I start placing... So hear me out. If I start placing the Chironite ones now... Bruh. I feel like... Hang on. I just want to see... How do we get here?
Leave it to me.
Oh my god. There's so much stuff. I swear, like that teleport point was unlocked, but I don't even remember going there.
Shield guards, formation.
You can trace it back to the AIC. Yeah, I feel like I might have cables already running though. As cool as the Chironite tech is, I feel like I might have already done the work. It might be too late. It's too late. Oh, so I need to unlock that in order to basically get up here. Where are my cables? So my cables are only there though. Oh, I got a cable down here. Hang on. So basically... Whoa. Where am I? You're a way up? And I can grab that cable? Then come back down that way? It's over. We can do it. Easy. Do you ever said need to level up your character quickly without using XP tokens? I don't know of any, no. Wait, how did I get there? Boys, I got turned around. You solve Wu Ling's Chironite problem by simply not using it? Easy clap. Easy clap. Chat, is this peak Arknights? It might be. We need to check our yields afterwards.
A blade unsheathed.
I don't want to fight them. Please stop fighting. Go away. I don't want to fight. There we go. I get both of them in one? I have to run two? What? Do I actually have to run two? You can just hook them together. I know. Wait, is that? I thought that one was just slightly bigger. That's why I put it out, because I thought it was slightly bigger. It's not. Woot. Okay, now we check the yield. It's yielding time. Perfect. Did we say 190 was the peak? Did we say 190 was peak for Originium? All right. Just prep wheeling towers for the next region. Let's go. And can we check our yields here? Your buck flowers are hurting my eyes. Shh, they're fine. Don't worry about it. Like, there's too many of them anyway. So how much is this now processing? On the plus side, we're not dropping power anymore, and our yields. I should get this going at the other place as well. It's 360. Oh, what's it? Oh, do I need to do the exploration level up? How many batteries am I getting? Say that's fine. That's fine. There's more mining spots? Okay. Well, we got more stuff to do. There you go. I'll sell all of those for bed. I'm gonna sell all this before bed. Oh, I need to do the upgrade mission. I can't be bothered though. Easy clap. Can you just use the train to keep everything on one base? I finished my wheeling base and I didn't even use the second one. It's just empty. Well, that seems like a waste, man. Anyway, it's going. It's good. I'm logging out. Oh. Anyway, well, thanks very much for the raid and the follows, boys. Much appreciate it. More Enfield soon. Back to ZZZ at some point. I will not probably make a video about the idol situation just because I just can't be fucked with it. But I think you'll probably know how I feel about it. I'm a grown-ass man and these are children. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not making a video about it. I really can't be fucked. So yeah. I'm moving on with my life. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Shall we do quick raid? YouTube and Twitch. Is Razor still on? Hang on, I'm just gonna send it really quick. Yeah, Razor is still on, it looks like. Yeah, so we'll send over to Razor. That rude to play us out. Yeah, thanks for dropping in, y'all. It's been real, it's been fun. I'm sorry I'm not live for longer, but I have busy day tomorrow and it's like midnight for me. Let's see if Razor's still. Wait, he's not up. Oh, he is up. There we go. Woo! Okay, we're going over to Razor. Thanks very much for hanging out, everyone. It's been real, it's been fun. I'll catch you later.
I think I did clear it later. I think I did. This was the other fight. Yeah, thank you for the raid, LG. What's up, yo? I was just showing people the new events that you're gonna get from Enfield, like the Umbral Nightmare, right? Yeah, I was just showing the new events, like the shield buffs and everything, right? Yeah, I was showing this. I was showing you this, guys. Yeah, this is how it looks like, right? You're gonna have... Well, let me see. Where was it again? Because I think I tried it here as well, actually. Give me a sec, guys. Yeah, this was me in the beta. Where was...